Casino was back. What's the word? What's the word? Word. None of your business. What's facking? Huh? Well done. Well done. Well done. Was back in player. Long time no see, dog.
I'm in my zone.
Hey.
I'm in the club, rolling up, big bag, wood lit, drinking my cup. Good ass girl in my lap. She wearing no drawers, she turned.
I'm in my zone.
I'm in the club, rolling up, big backwood.
I need to get a new chair.
Good ass girl in my lap.
I was thinking about that shit the other day.
She wearing no
Oh, that shit is trash.
All my real
Give me a
niggas
new
alert. All my bad bitches alert. And this motherfucker finna get burnt. Big bag, I'm on go. Two women with me. I'm in player mode. Rolling on a wave and I'm sipping some shit. We fucking all night. Nigga, we ain't going home. He's down so cold. He's down so froze. Big ass AP, look like an ice. It's Friday night. Finna get right. Bitch. I'm in my zone. Pulled up clean, neck on glow. Whole block watch when I step through the door. Shawty in Chanel, she bad. Ass so fat, got a hump in the back. All my real niggas outside. All my bad bitches gon' ride. In this whole city, you know it's our time. Big flex, I don't fold. 3 chains on me, heart still
Real
cold. Dripping like a puddle when I walk through this bitch. We counting the bands. Nigga, we ain't going broke. These diamonds so cold, these diamonds so froze. Big ass AP, look like an ice cream cone. It's Friday night, feeling so right, bitch. I'm in my zone. Big bag, I'm on go. 2 women with me, I'm in player mode. Rolling on a wave and I'm sipping some shit. We fucking all night. Nigga, we ain't going home. These diamonds so cold, these diamonds so froze. Big ass AP, look like an ice cream cone. Late night lights, city on glow, bitch. I'm in my zone. Yeah. Late night drive, top down low. Stars in the roof, got the whole sky close. Good ass gas in the air. Money in the bank, I don't never play fair. All my real niggas on deck. All my bad bitches cut checks. And we really living what we post on the net. Big talk, big throne, king in this bitch. I done took that road. Rolling on a wave while I'm counting up chips. We fucking up life. Nigga, we ain't going home. These diamonds so cold, these diamonds so froze. Big ass AP, look like an ice cream cone. It's Friday night, finna take flight, bitch. I'm in my zone. Big bag, I'm on go. 2 women with me, I'm in player mode. Rolling on a wave and I'm sipping some shit. We fucking all night. We ain't going home. These diamonds so cold. These diamonds so froze. Big ass AP, look like an ice cream cone. Sun coming up, but we won't know. Bitch, I'm in my zone.
What's the word, y'all? What's good, huh? What's going on this Friday night? Huh? What's going on with y'all, man? Figured I'd get on here, talk a little shit. I ain't gonna drink nothing, though. Nah, I ain't gonna drink nothing. I might smoke a little something. My background music. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got the background Jimmy Jam to go. Yeah, run that shit.
Yeah. Listen up. You have to pick a side. Yeah.
I ain't done yet.
Yeah. They profit when we're boxed in, color coded. Scroll wars, broke floors, mine's corroded. Got you barking at your neighbor for a headline. Why they signing off the city for a deadline? Same rent late, same fridge bare. Same bus route, same blank stare. Why you beefing with the mirror, letting them demons in? Same wound, same blade, different spin. Unified die, that's the bottom line. Either hold the line together or they cut the spine. You can fight me or you can fight the lie. Choose one, unify or die. Unify, die, hear the battle cry. Either build a bridge or we all run dry. You can hate your blood or you can hate the bind. Choose one, unify or die. They sell fear like it's candy in a glass jar. Feeding panic to the masses, playing a black card. Left, right, that's a puppet in a split suit. Real power sitting quiet in a rich room. You throw hands at your brother in the same trench. Same cough in your chest, the same bench. The landlord love you both in the same way. You ain't rebels, you just victims on a layaway. Unified die, that's the bottom line. Either hold the line together or they cut the spine. could fight me or you could fight the lie. Choose one, unify or die. Unify or die, hear the battle cry. Either build a bridge or we all run dry. You can hate your blood or you can hate the bind. Choose one, unify or die. Hands up, not for trends, for each other. Name one win, they ain't split us to cover. We all broke, they just changed the shade. Same storm, different rain on our face. I'm from a place where they rather see us vilify. Scrolling through the pain, pick a side, then we signify. Algorithm war, every comment like a battle cry. Either we expand the circle or we simplify. Feet keep telling me I'm right, that's a lullaby. Rockets all asleep while the roof sitting over fire. Leaders talk tough, but they courage only monetize. I'm just trying to build a bridge higher than the border signs. Kids growing up thinking empathy is obsolete. Hearts on red receipts, love lost in the data sheet. History repeats when we treat truth like a product line. Either share the water or we watch the whole garden die. So I look my people in the face when the sirens cry. Pull each other up even when we don't see eye to eye. Hands in the middle, swear we live in what we testify. Say we rise together, this the code. Unify or die. Unify or die, that's the bottom line. Either hold the line together or they cut the spine. You could fight me or you could fight the lie. Choose one, unify or die. Unify or die, hear the battle cry. Either build a bridge or we all run dry. You can hate the blood or you can hate the bind. Choose one, unify or die.
That motherfucker go. That motherfucker go. I can't front. Chilling like a villain, watching the ceiling. What you say? Look at these comments. Hold on. I'm chilling like a villain, staring at the ceiling. On your back, my nigga? You on your back? Oh, no. What you doing on your back? Watch out for them centipedes. Yeah, that's that weed. That's that good to smack a nigga in the chest. I'm about to be high. What could I get into this late evening as we approach on the midnight living it up? What you mean living it up? You talk about a song? Hold on.
It's that blueprint talk. Family first. Nation rise. Yeah. Strong mama in the kitchen, head wrap, stand tall. Stretch a little pot, feed five, that's y'all. Turn the food stamp line to a game plan scribble. Baby, read that sign, sound it out, break the riddle. Early in the morning, she up, eyes red. Packing little lunch and still making up the bed. Do your homework first, then you grab that phone. She the first safe place that the baby's living on. Bills on the table, stress in the air, but she still find time just to braid up hair. Straight A's on the fridge, that's a crown on display. She say focus now, shine later, that's the way. Nation building 101. Start at home, strong mothers, focus kids. Mind stay grown, strong fathers, balance hands. Heart stay strong, get the family right, watch the whole hood come along. Nation building 101. Brick by brick, teach love, teach law, teach mind over quick. We don't beg for a throne, we just claim that seat. One house, one block, one nation on his feet, on his feet. Strong mama at the desk, late night class notes, studying for nursing while she zip up coats. Baby at the table doing math, same grind, 2 generations locked on the same climb. She don't let them hide from the books, no slack. Check every answer, then you run it right back. Turn cartoons off, let a doc film play. Know where you from, then you know what to say. She clap for each win, still correcting each flaw. Teach them how to think, how to question every law. She don't raise little followers, she raising up a team. Every focused child start at somebody's nation building 101. Start at home, strong mothers, focus kids hit. Mind stay grown, strong fathers balancing. Heart stay strong, get the family right, watch the whole hood come along. Nation building 101. Brick by brick, teach love, teach law, teach mind over quick. We don't beg for a throne, we just claim that seat. One house, one block, one nation on his feet, on his feet. Strong daddy in the driveway, grease on his palms. teaching little man how to tighten them arms. Hold that light steady. Keep your word like that. Yeah. Discipline with patience, never swing off cap. He correct, then he hug. That's the real backbone. Show a daughter how a king act. Calm tone. Look him in the eyes when you speak. Stand firm. Every choice got a cost. Every loss got to learn. He had every game on the front bleacher. Then at night, open books. He a home teacher. Balanced in the spirit. He ain't ruled by rage. He just set clear lines like bars on a page. Nation building 101. Start at home. Strong mothers, focus kids. Mind stay grown. Strong fathers, balance hands. Heart stay strong. Get the family right. Watch the whole hood come along. Nation building 101. Brick by brick. Teach love. Teach law. Teach mind over quick. We don't beg for a throne. We just claim that seat. One house, one block. One nation on his feet. 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 Teach law. Teach law.
Okay, what can I do? What's the mission? Who that is? Oh shit. Somebody knocking at the door.
Who at the door?
None of your business at the door.
Oh, am I? I was just trying to leave
Oh,
this
you
video, but
asked me who at the door, and I'm like, none of your business at the door.
oh, you trying to keep it a secret? Who at the door?
None of your business at the door.
It's none of my business, huh?
Turn this down a little bit. Let me get that to about 15, 16. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Did you see this video that I just put in the chat?
Nah, what video? Why don't you put that in the back? That's a reel? I see a reel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In the back, in the back. IG. We can show. I can show niggas that they vote don't mean a damn thing. Let's see. What this lady talking about? What you done got me pulling up here? What is this? What this woman talking about?
Android, you may have already gotten Google Update for your phone. You need to pay attention to this. Essentially, what that update is doing is allowing Google AI to access all of your data within your phone. I'm going to show you how to remove those permissions. What does your data include? All of your biometrics, every single thing that you do on your phone, your financial, your medical, what you interact with, who you're with, where you are in the world by using geofencing. Recently heard in the news about how Walmart is now utilizing the digital price tags. That is in part by that geofencing, which is where they set up a perimeter around whatever business that when you walk into that business, it automatically connects to your phone. They are taking all of this data and they are working with hundreds of companies in which they are then giving your data to those companies. This is incredible.
They already doing that.
Incredibly concerning, but we still have some rights. This is what we're going to do. You're going into your settings, scroll down and look for Galaxy AI. So you find Galaxy AI, you're going to click on that. You're going to scroll all the way down until you find Process Data Only on Device, turn that on, and then click About Advanced Intelligence. Scroll down to Privacy Notice, click that. Once you are in this page, you're going to scroll all the way down until you see Smart Things, Privacy Notice. Then you're going to click that. Once you're in there, you're going to scroll down, click whatever area you're in, click your language, and that's going to open up into an entirely new document. When you're in here, clicking this About Ads Info Choices, super important. Once you are in Web Choices, you can then opt out of all of these companies they're working with. Once it's completed, it's going to tell you some of the requests failed. Give it a couple days and do the whole process again. With all of that said, it is important to note that we cannot do anything to remove all of our data across the board. We can limit what they are sharing. We can go through step by step and remove those permissions. That is what we're doing. I love you so much. Please stay safe, drink your water. I'll talk to you. You have an Android. You may have already gotten the Google update for your phone. You need to pay.
Okay, lady. All right. What's going on with this? Why is it looking like this? I can't see shit going on. What's going on with this screen, man? Okay, hold on. Oh, I've been on a whole different platform. I'm gonna have to show you the Restream. I like it better, but it's choppy. StreamYard more like, don't be fucking up my music playing and shit like that. StreamYard be tripping. I mean, Restream be tripping. I found this interesting. That boy Eddie a fool. No.
Kick off your summer with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to power up your projects. Dial up the color and enjoy the backyard.
Stop. Let's jump back into this tick stuff. Hold on. The ticks and the centipedes. These phones been doing that. That ain't nothing new. That fella. Come on with it.
Okay, so farmers across the country are saying that they're finding tick boxes filled with live ticks on their property, just sitting there, dropped off. And millions of people believe this story is true, but the CDC says nothing. So either this is the dumbest conspiracy in the history of the internet.
Yeah, the data centers is these motherfuckers on a mission.
Or it might be true. Now, I think I found something pretty interesting, so we're going to take a look at it. But before we do that, I want to just let you know that Snopes, the debunking website, has investigated this claim. They say that the story is false. They said it started with an Instagram post in April, and they're saying that the whole thing is false. They contacted all of these different municipalities in Missouri, specifically Missouri, and asked them if there was any reports of tick boxes being found. They found no reports, so they're saying the whole story is false. Now, does that mean the whole story is false? Not necessarily. What it means is either that the people that they contacted didn't have that report, because if a farmer did go to like their local police department and was like, hey, I found this box of ticks on my property, do you think the police are going to A, file a police report, and B, send that police report up the chain to the state government? I really don't think so. I think what would happen would be if a farmer did take a box of ticks or even just went to the police department and was like, hey, I found this on my property, the cops would be like, okay, I mean, what do you want me to do about it? So I think that just because Snopes didn't find any official reports from Missouri doesn't necessarily mean it's not true. And I found something that Snopes absolutely missed, because they're saying that it started with an Instagram post saying, oh, it's all fake. It all starts with this Instagram post and it's just hysteria. But they missed something, and I found it. So we're going to talk about it right now. So on March 16th, 2026, like 2 weeks before Snopes said that this whole story began, there was a forum post. I think it was at like 2 a.m. on a forum called GLP, Godlike Productions. And I know that is considered a conspiracy forum, and it is, but it doesn't necessarily mean that what's on there is incorrect, because somebody posted something on that site 2 weeks before Snopes said that this whole story began that confirms everything, and it adds another layer to this story. Now, again, when I say it confirms everything, it doesn't necessarily mean that yes, this is factual. What it means is it adds more credibility to the story being true, versus what, the mainstream says when they're saying that this story definitely is not true, because we contacted certain places in Missouri and they said no. So this forum post, and I'm going to put it directly on the screen and I'm going to read it word for word. It says this, quote, I work for a private charter company in Ontario, Canada. The company handles booking and chartering flights across Ontario mainly. We are paid to spread ticks by air. It happens twice a year, early spring and early fall. This year, we've been hired to do it earlier. The company receives the ticks in boxes. Each box contains millions of ticks. The aircraft used are generally single or dual prop aircraft, single pilot, and one other passenger that handles the dispersal. It pays a lot, and I mean a lot. Generally, the ticks are dispersed in several specific regions in Ontario, and it's always the same regions each and every year. Thus far. Last spring, the ticks dispersed were mostly American dog ticks. This year, they are all deer ticks, supposedly specifically bred to withstand cold temperatures. End quote. So that post was from March 16th, 2 weeks before Snopes said that this story originated. All right. And it's pretty interesting. Here we have a whistleblower saying that they are paid to disperse ticks across Canada. Now, this sounds eerily familiar to what we're hearing about these boxes of ticks that are being found. And it begs the question, was this person telling the truth? Is this post accurate? And if it is, what are the implications of this? Because it turns out that this whole thing wasn't started by this Instagram post. No, it was already on the internet before that, 2 weeks before that, before the woman who is blamed for starting this conspiracy theory started it. Now, look, I'm not telling you that this anonymous coward from Canada is a verified intelligence source. I'm not telling you that it's 100% true what they said. What I'm telling you is it's very suspicious that there was this post online 2 weeks before the whole story came viral. Now, obviously, we can't prove who this person is, if they made it up or not, because it's on this conspiracy website, GLP. But like I said, what Snopes did to debunk this was they found one viral post and, contacted a bunch of offices in Missouri and was like, see, this viral post is wrong because Missouri says it's wrong. Now, there's also a video circulating from pretty recently, actually, filmed by a woman on her own farm, filmed with her phone, and she filmed a black helicopter hovering low on her property, releasing something or trying to release something, because we're not really sure what was released, what wasn't released. But going by this video, this woman found this helicopter on her property in a field and ran up kind of angry. Here, check it out.
We have no clue who these people are or what they're doing, but they're on our fucking top field. Who the fuck? What are y'all even doing? I don't know about you, don't call this traffic. Who the fuck? Literally, in our top field. Oh, there they go.
So, and I mean, I think that video looks authentic. Doesn't look AI to me. AI videos have a special AI look to them. This looks like somebody filming from the phone, and she was obviously pretty angry, judging by the F-bombs that she dropped. All right. So yes, it is anecdotal evidence, but here's the thing about anecdotes. When one person sees a black helicopter dropping something on their property, on a farm, in a field, surrounded by trees, yeah, well, maybe that's a story. Maybe that's a hoax. But to say that that's a hoax is kind of far, because this woman would have had to hire a helicopter to fly out and then wait there in the trees, waiting for the helicopter to get close. And then she comes out acting all surprised while that helicopter flies away. But that doesn't make sense. Nobody in their right mind would hire somebody to fly a helicopter out to their field just so they can film a video. It doesn't make any sense. So that begs the question, what was that helicopter? Maybe it was a misidentified like agriculture flight or something. But why would they be on private property, right? And why would they fly away when they see her coming? Okay, so there's so many things here that aren't adding up with this story. And when millions of people across America are simultaneously reporting the worst tick season that they've ever seen in their entire life, well, maybe it lends credibility that there really is something going on here. And before you scroll away from this video, before you call this a conspiracy, let me tell you something that is on the congressional record. Yes, this isn't just a conspiracy, it's on the congressional record. Now, what is it? Let's talk about it. In 2019, the US House of Representatives, the actual government, ordered what? They ordered the Pentagon to investigate something similar to what we're talking about, to investigate whether the US military has weaponized ticks with Lyme disease and released them into the United States or into the American population. I think it was between 1950 and 1975. Guys, that's not TikTok. That's not a forum post. This is a bipartisan amendment passed by the House of Representatives. And like I said, they were directing to DOD, or what is it, Department of War now, to inspect and to figure out whether this actually happened. And Congress actually is asking this question legally. They're saying, was this done on purpose? Did we do this? And if so, how extensive is this? Okay. Congress didn't ask if the research was happening. Congress didn't ask, if there was some ticks in laboratories somewhere where they're messing with Lyme disease. Congress asked what escaped. And what was the Pentagon's response? Well, it was heavily redacted.
I've heard the tick seasons out this way,
which is no surprise given what we saw happen with the Epstein files. If anything happens, anything gets released, anything gets forced to be released that doesn't suit the big picture that they want us to believe, it gets redacted. And nobody cares because the news cycle just continues on, just like nobody cares about the Epstein files anymore because everybody's now concerned about what? The war in Iran, oil prices, the economy, Trump going to China, UFOs, all of these things. And I do think UFOs are not only real, but they're very important. I also think the Epstein files are very important, and we should not be glossing over them and being distracted by the news cycle, which we obviously are. Now, back to the ticks. So yeah, the report that was released after Congress asked was heavily redacted. And the Inspector General investigation for that, well, it was quietly closed. There was no public findings, no follow-up hearings, and a Stanford-affiliated journalist named, I think his name was Chris Newby, he wrote an entire book about it. It's called Bitten. And this book is on the shelves at Barnes & Noble. You can go buy it right now. So when somebody in 2026 posts on a forum saying that they're being paid to drop ticks from an airplane, I'm not telling you to believe him. I'm telling you that the United States government has already done this once and nobody was ever held accountable. Now, let me show you the numbers because here's where things get a little bit creepy. These are the actual numbers from the CDC, okay? Not from a forum, not from TikTok, not from Instagram. This is from the Center for Disease Control. 2017 to 2019, the average Lyme disease cases were 37,000 per year. In 2022, average cases, 62,000. 2023, 89,000, okay? CDC estimates that actual Lyme disease infections per year are about 500,000. It's like 470.
I'm gonna lean towards the fact that I bet all these numbers jumping like this, and they tracking these numbers because of the jabs. I'm just gonna say that and keep it going.
6,000 or something like that. Guys, this is not a slow climb. This is exponential. This is a vertical line going straight up. And Lyme disease incidences in 2022 was, I think they said it was 68% higher than it was 3 years earlier. That's the CDC's own data from their website and from their investigations, but that's not even the weird part because it gets even weirder. there's a disease called alpha-gal syndrome. This is the one, it gives you a red meat allergy. You get bitten by a Lone Star tick, and after you get bitten by this tick, it releases this disease into your body, and it makes you become allergic to beef, to pork, to lamb, to dairy in some cases even. Eat a hamburger, you're dead. And do you think it's any coincidence while this disease is starting to spread where it's making people allergic to meat, that you have people like pushing for meat to be eradicated and for people to eat bugs and people to eat lab-grown meat? Okay, do you think that's a coincidence? I don't know. I'm not saying it's connected, but what I'm saying is this ideology of get the population off of meat and this mysterious meat allergy driven by ticks seem to be coming up into our world at the exact same time. Coincidence? Tell me, put it in the comments. So this disease, alpha-gal syndrome, it was barely known 15 years ago. Nobody even talked about it. There was a few hundred cases here and there, and nobody really talked about it because it wasn't a big deal. And then here we are today, where there's an estimated between 100,000 and 450,000 Americans have this disease now, according to the CDC. The CDC is officially calling this increase substantial since 2010. And researchers at VCU last fall called the rise explosive. And pay attention to this. Until last year, doctors thought alpha-gal syndrome only came from the Lone Star tick, which is a southern species of tick usually found in the southern states. However, in March 2025, the CDC confirmed that 2 tick species transmit it, deer ticks and Lone Star ticks. Now that it's confirmed that deer ticks can also carry this disease, with Lyme disease, mind you, things are getting a little bit more strange. And now it's spreading through deer ticks that didn't carry it until very recently. And I'm not telling you what to think about this. I'm not telling you what to think about the rise in deer ticks and Lyme disease and alpha-gal syndrome. I'm just giving you the facts, people. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, maybe the deer tick situation is all in our heads. It's not increasing. Maybe Lyme disease has been here the whole time. And that's true. Researchers at Yale found that Lyme disease can be found and has been found in deer ticks in the Northeast forever. They've actually proven that this bacteria has been around for basically forever, as long as they can look back. So that begs the question, why now? Why are so many people around the country getting this disease now, and in the past they never got it? That's what we should be asking, because you might think, look back at history and be like, well, you know what, that area of America, New England, and the whole northeastern part of the United States it's wooded, it's heavily wooded. So they might make the logical conclusion that this has always been around. It's just we're talking about it more now because of social media. But 300 years ago, when the American colonies were at war during the Revolutionary War, soldiers slept on the ground. They slept in forests. They walked through forests. They spent all of their time walking through the woods, walking through the forest. So you would think that these people would be 100% covered in ticks all the time, and it would have been the bane of their existence, right? But that's not the case. Think about it, guys. The Continental Army during the Revolutionary War, for years, they walked through New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New England itself, in the exact same regions where Lyme disease is now an epidemic. You'd expect ticks to be a huge problem in the Revolutionary War records, right? But they're not. Read the field hospital reports, read the doctor's notes, read the soldiers' diaries, okay? Because all of this information is still around today. We have so much information regarding what it was like to fight in the war, what people had to go through, all the trials and hardships that they went through fighting in the Revolutionary War. And yeah, there was lice everywhere. Fleas were destroying regiments. I mean, dysentery, like, destroyed men. There was smallpox.
I'm fucking sad. There was lice everywhere. I'm fucking done now.
Pox outbreaks. Destroying the Revolutionary War. What people had to go through, all the trials and hardships that they went through fighting in the Revolutionary War. And yeah, there was lice everywhere. Fleas were just
There was lice and fleas everywhere.
fighting in the Revolutionary War. And yeah, there was lice everywhere. Fleas were destroying regiments. I mean, dysentery, like, destroyed men. There was smallpox outbreak.
That shit was beating their ass, wasn't it? Them lice and ticks. No, lice and fleas everywhere. Just tearing y'all asses up, huh?
But ticks? No, not at all. A footnote, maybe, but it was barely mentioned. The best case scenario, you can call the tick situation during the Revolutionary War as unremarkable. In fact, there's only one reference that I could find about ticks even being a thing back then, and it was referenced by, I believe it was a soldier saying that ticks could only be found in the wooded areas far away from the towns. If they would have been bitten a lot, they would have talked about it, because they did talk about all.
Hey, I don't know why that shit tickled me so much, but it tickled the shit out of me, boy. There was a little panic in that. There was lice everywhere.
All the other things. There's people complaining about mosquitoes, people complaining about big horseflies, they're complaining about all sorts of insects, but ticks, nope. So what we have here is basically in just a few short generations, right? Because I mean, the Revolutionary War seems like it was a long time ago, but 250 years is only a few generations. It's really not that long in the big scheme of things, okay? So scientists will say, yeah, we have warmer winters now. It's because all the deer were depopulated back then, and now they're overpopulated because people aren't hunting them as much. So it gives the ticks more places to live because they live on deer, hence the name deer ticks. Okay, I guess there's some truth to that, right? And then they also say, back then, deer were basically hunted to extinction. It was very rare to see a deer back then because people ate them. And now the hunters are, few and far between. So you have these overpopulations of deer, like we said. And you also have mice and other rodents that are thriving because the food chain is off.
No, Negro, I ain't ticklish.
You don't have any predators eating the deer, keeping the populations in check like should be naturally. So the deer populations are exploding, and with it, the ticks. And okay, I mean, it makes sense, it's logical, and I give them that, okay? But the thing that's strange about it is the speed of this shift. It doesn't seem normal. And the geographic precision of these tick outbreaks doesn't seem normal either. The fact is that ticks are moving north, and they're doing strange things now that we've never seen them do before, such as alpha-gal syndrome being found in deer ticks. Deer ticks aren't just spreading north, by the way, they're also spreading south and west, and they're being found all over the place. Check out this map. And if you believe the post that I showed you earlier from GLP, well, they're being specifically engineered to survive cold winters. So it doesn't matter if the winter is the coldest.
Are they actively clearing the coast? Just a thought.
Winter on record, according to this poster, the ticks will survive. So with that being said, here's the question that we really need to sit with. If these boxes are true, if these stories are true, what it means is somebody who, I mean, you tell me, is engineering this, the spread of diseases across America for whatever reason. And if the boxes aren't true, that means somebody's
It's the jab, man. It's the jab.
lying about it for some specific reason. And here's the part that's crazy, because whether this story is true or not, it kind of has the same outcome, right? So if the story is true, like we said, it means somebody's engineering the disease and they're making ticks more prevalent in places that they never used to be. The outcome of that, well, to scare people, to keep people from going in the woods, to keep people into the city, to keep people, you don't spend time in the woods, don't go camping, don't go hiking, don't spend time outside, spend money in the city, go out and buy stuff, okay? It's all about the economy. But on the other side of this story, if this is not true, it's the same thing. Because if it's not true, the story has been engineered in order to scare people, in order to keep people inside, to keep people scared of hiking, to keep people scared of their own backyards. And this gives this the same result, okay? So true or not true, the result is the same. People get scared of ticks. And let me tell you what, I'm pretty scared of ticks, all right? And it doesn't keep me from going outside because I luckily, thank God, live in an area where ticks are not that present, even though there are reports of an increased tick season this year, just like it is everywhere else. So we will be looking and doing tick checks after every hike. Now, I am from Connecticut. I live there. That's where I was born. I lived there until I was about 12 years old, pretty close to Lyme, Connecticut, where the Lyme disease situation began, supposedly. And that being said, I can vividly remember being a kid playing in the woods all the time and getting ticks on me all the time. I remember one time I jumped in this bush before school because, I used to walk through the woods to get to school. It was a shortcut. You walk through the woods instead of walking on the side of the road, on the sidewalk. So one morning, I jumped in a bush before school. I was playing. I don't know why I jumped in a bush, but I jumped in the bush and then I went to school. And while I was at school, I was probably in like 4th or 5th grade.
Jumped in the bush because your ass got a RH antigen.
Or something like that. I remember like rubbing right here, like it was itching, and I felt like bumps, like all these little bumps right there. And I'm like, what the heck is this? So I went to the nurse's office, and she said that I had like 100 ticks. I don't know exactly how many, but my whole behind my ear was covered in ticks, just massive amounts of ticks that were eating me. So yes, this creeps me out just thinking about it. This memory just, it's one of those things. But that was back then. I mean, that was probably what, 1995, that was probably like 1995 or something like that. I can only imagine what it's like in that region now. I haven't been back to New England since probably the late 90s. And yeah, I just hear it's crazy. If you live in New England, or you live not in New England and you're seeing deer ticks or other ticks explode in population, put it in the comments. I'd love to read your story. So back to the video. The whole purpose of this, whether true or false, has the same outcome, right? Parents are going to stop letting their kids play outside because fear of ticks. People are going to stop going outside, and they're going to spend more time in the city. They're more reliant on the government. They're more reliant on society itself to entertain them. You have farmers that second guess walking on their own land. You have wilderness areas that are becoming hostile, either because the tick increase is really happening or because we've been convinced of it and it's not true. But I believe it is actually happening regardless of the boxes. If the box story is false, it doesn't make the whole increase in ticks this year and years past any less true, because we do know that ticks are exploding in populations this year. It's an absolute fact. The story about the boxes doesn't have anything to do with the fact that ticks are increasing their numbers exponentially. So the question is somebody doing this on purpose? If the answer is yes, who is that somebody? Is it the government themselves, or is it corporations? We know, based on history, based on the way that the world works, that corporations, the only thing that they do, the only thing that they have to do, the only thing that they focus on doing is making more money. That's their mandate. If you're a CEO of a corporation, your mandate is to make more money. It's always about making money. They don't care about people being harmed in the process. Making money is the end goal, no matter who they have to step on. So the question is, can corporations make money from either putting boxes of ticks out or scaring people about ticks? Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Because guys, I'm not trying to freak you out about this. I'm trying to get you to notice and to think about this whole situation critically. Because the second that you start noticing patterns is the second that you stop being manipulated. Now, I want to hear from you watching this video, and I'm being serious about this. Have you seen extra ticks this year? Have you seen an increase in tick populations? Are there more ticks in your yard, in the woods? Have you had more ticks on you after going for a hike? Have you seen ticks on your dog, on your kids, on you? Put it in the comments. I'd love to know. I want to know 3 things about this. If you have noticed these things and you're typing a comment, where do you live? You don't have to be exact, just give like a region. And then also whether or not you're seeing these tick populations this year and previous years, is it normal or is it abnormal? Is it highly abnormal, or is it just slightly elevated?
I don't know. I don't be in the woods. I don't be jumping in the bushes. I don't know. I need to go hunt and give me some deer meat. Fill up the freezers.
I'm going to read all these comments because the institutions, they aren't tracking this, honestly. And nobody's tracking this. This is all just something that the people are trying to figure out on their own, because we're all by ourselves here, people. So yeah, that's basically it. I want to know what you think about this. Put it in the comments. Do you believe the tick boxes are true?
Screen.
Have you seen?
I put them jabs on the screen because a lot of this shit that's finna be popping up is all side effects. The turbo cancers, the hantavirus. Probably, I bet I can. I need to go look. I bet I can find alpha gal syndrome in somewhere in the side effects to one of them jabs, if not all of them.
Where do you live? Are they attacking you more? All of these things. All right, people. So we'll see you next time. I want to thank you all for watching this video. God bless you all.
Damn, centipede, millipede,
so I just used Claude Code to leak me the YouTube algorithm, and it worked. And what I've learned is
done sent them centipedes over here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what? That whole tick thing. I'm just that faggot.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Mind mist. Let's go on the track. They flood the block with sugar. Yeah. Call it love in a bright red can. Y'all just say pressure too high, my brother. But the corner got a 2-for-1 plan. They lace off school to sirens. Yeah. Mad with those cameras on the keys. Guidance counselor juggling 30 broken storms. Yeah. Meanwhile, prisons beating on beds. Yeah. They said it's beer on the radio. Same crew chain, same dead screw. Tell a young empress she only worth for shake. Tell a young king he only worth for pill. This is math in the backroom legend. Every life just a line of squeeze. Talking market stamped on our faces. Low map mark, take what you please. Poison pushes in designer suits. Smile while with that clean white tee. Demanding schemes in the ballroom. Hotel our babies in the balance sheets. American genocide. They dress it up nice. New war, new deals ain't life. We numbers, we ain't your price. We calling out your American genocide. We calling out your American genocide. We calling out your American genocide. They turned our home into a slogan. Dollar man, you right by the church. As you playground broken, swing say liquor store shining on every purse. They cut the bus line to blame us. When we late, when we can't clock in. Boss man, talk on my personal feelings. His cousin wrote the law, we drowning in. They call it jokes when they poison water. Call it order when they flood our streets. Symbol guns with the books are missing in. That's why we fight just to eat. They buy a culture, sell it back, hollow paint our plane, that's a fashion trend. But the zip codes with the softest source still decide how I score in. Poison pushers in designer suits. Swell out with they clean white team. The money schemes in the ballroom roll. Turn our babies in the balance sheets. American genocide. They dress it all nice. Do all new pills ain't nice. We know we ain't your bride. We calling out your American genocide. We calling out your American genocide. We calling out your American genocide. We know it's hard. My grandma kept a merge in the kitchen, quiet prayers of her pipes and plans. She said, baby, read every label, they ain't feeding you. They feeding their plan. We playing greens in the cracks of the concrete. Teach our sons how to breathe out boats. Tell our daughters they crowns ain't plastic. They might more fire than you post. We study law like we study scripture. Court things uncle like holidays. It's they wage war on the way that we leave. We wage love in 1,000 ways. From the market to the PTA meeting, from the cipher to the passing mic. We 99ers, we trace their money, try the shadows in the light. Into the boys and pushers in the signing suits. Smile while wear that clean white team, the money schemes in the ballroom room. Tell our babies in the balance sheets. American genocide, they dress it all nice. New war, new kills ain't nice. We know when Joe Bobby calling out your American genocide. We calling out your American genocide. We calling out your American genocide. We live and do just America. We live and do just American genocide.
I figured that was appropriate. Hold on, let me find this shit. They doing this to each other. You think your vote count? Wait a second. Wait a second.
Okay, so farmers across the country are saying that they're finding tick boxes filled
Shut the fact up, sir. We go to this history. Why is it two different ones?
Big part of solving the pest problem is preventing it in the first place. Hi, I'm Steve with Steve's Pest Control.
And I'm Jared with Steve's Pest Control.
Mr. President, we stand with you. Fight, fight, fight! USA! USA!
Yes, the 70-year-old sock puppet with the personality of a wet paper towel. That's who everybody rallied behind. Okay.
Shit, that damn music was slapping me in my eardrum. God damn.
For the United States of America last night, as we have learned that democracy is dead. Now, it probably has been in the United States for a long time, honestly, but we found this out last night objectively when we learned that, yes, billionaires from a foreign country can literally walk in, purchase congressional seats brazenly right in front of everybody's face, and the American people can't do a thing about it, which means, yes, voting does nothing, and that being the cornerstone of democracy lets us know that democracy no longer...
We know voting don't do shit. It's a rude awakening for y'all.
...exists in this country.
Y'all doing it to each other, huh? You don't like it.
We are officially a full-scale oligarchy, and we should probably all understand that moving forward, because this is obviously going to have massive downwind effects on this country, and especially going into the midterm. So we're going to take a look at this election last night as well, because now that all the numbers are in, the math is looking a little sketchy. And then we'll talk about what this
be like. Turn that shit up.
Means forward. Get some reactions from the internet and see what everybody is talking about today, because yeah, Americans are really pissed off today. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel. Follow us on Patreon. Grab some America First, America Only merch. Okay, let's jump into it. Obviously, we should know the election I'm talking about, and that is the election between TM, and I'll explain why I'm not going to use his name in the video here in a second, against a bunch
I ain't even that loud.
of billionaires from our greatest ally. Now, what I and a bunch of creators have learned over the last week is if you use his name, it's getting flagged by the algorithm. If you do anything positive on him, they will limit and shadow ban your videos, and I'll show you the numbers for that here in the video. First thing we got to look at is why did he lose, and why was there nearly $35 million all, literally like 98% of which came from the Our Greatest Ally lobby? Why did they want him out so bad? Well, James Lee breaks it down.
I'm sure you've all heard by now, but Thomas Massie has lost his election to the Israeli lobby, who spent $30 million to unseat him. Why? Because A, he fought to release the files, and B, he said no more wars for Israel. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, it sucks. This is not the ideal outcome that we were looking for, and be quite honest with you, I'm probably going to need a couple days to figure out what I'm going to do next, if I need to change anything, because what's been made clear to me is what I'm doing right now is obviously not working. But the one thing we know for sure now is that we are definitely not voting our way out of this.
All right, so what is it all about? Okay, it's not complicated. A, Thomas Massie is the reason why the Epstein files got released. B, he's calling for things like this. Okay, we got this one. TM introduces bill that would force you-know-who to register as a foreign agent. JFK tried that too. We all know what happened. And again, you'll see I'm going to be very coded in this video because you are not allowed to talk about the things we're talking about in this video. And again, this one, we should end all U.S. military aid to our greatest ally. All right, so those are the two big ones, right? We know Donald Trump is a PDF. We know he's covering up for his PDF buddies. That's why he hates TM and wanted to remove him from his seat. Obviously, that's not a secret. We all know that. Two, cutting off all aid to our greatest ally. And that's why they dumped nearly $35 million into unseating him, all coming from, again, our greatest ally billionaires, who just happen to also all be in those files. So what does this mean? The money printer stays on to our greatest ally, and none of the rest of those 3.5 million files will ever see the light of day now that TM is out. And if you're an American who thinks that's a good thing, you're a fucking idiot. Let's just call it what it is. All right, but first we got to talk about the numbers. A lot of people already saying that this election was very clearly rigged, and yeah, I mean, duh, right? Like if you're willing to dump more money that's ever been dumped into a congressional election, again, it broke the record for this, you're probably willing to do some other sketchy stuff too. And let's actually start to look at the numbers, and then we're just going to look at some comment sections from some of these Zio shills that were attacking Massey to just get an overall perception of who actually supports his opponent, because it turns out it doesn't really seem like anybody, but yet still won. Massively, by the way.
They called the race and it was at like 60 to 70,000 votes. That's already more than in the entire primary combined. Okay. So if right now, just now already, they're not even close to all the way in. Only 18% of all ballots total have been in. I think over 50% for Massey, maybe even 60 or 70 now. It's at 104,000.
Again, this is super important to look at when we're looking at elections. So the last primary for this exact same seat just 2 years ago only marshaled 64,000 votes. This one, an extra 40,000 people supposedly voted. Who are those people? Where did they come from? And they all came out to rally behind Ed Galrain? Okay, maybe. Again, it seems pretty odd that 40,000 more, almost double the amount of people showed up for this election, but they showed up against TM. Okay, maybe they did, but they really rallied for this guy?
Gets this. Tom Massey stands with the ladies of the View. Tom Massey stands with the ladies of the View. Mr. President, we stand with you. Fight, fight, fight! USA!
If you're a prudent, long-term investor in common stocks, then you really need to subscribe to FastGraph.
Yes, the 70-year-old.
Wait a minute. Hey, yo. Hey. Oh, shit.
Sock puppet with the personality of a wet paper towel. That's who everybody rallied behind. Okay. But I also think it's important to look at all the paid shield cucks and the posts they've put out attacking him, but just going to their own comment sections, because again, these are MAGA simps, and you would expect that their own comment section would be, of course, going against TM, right? All right, well, here's this dork. He's one of the biggest simps out there. He says, TM is in denial as poll shows Kentucky voters leaning towards change. Okay. Americans are tired of him going against the Republican Party and attempting to block Trump's agenda. Okay, so again, you would expect the entire comment section of a dude like this's channel to be anti-TM. Let's take a look. All right, here we go. Straight from the top comment. First one says, TM is the man. We don't need him out. We need 250 more just like him. Next top comment. TM is 100% correct. He's the last true American congressman. Next top comment. We actually love Representative you-know-who. And obviously his entire comment section goes on to drag him. TM is a fraud. Okay, let's see what his comments have to say. First top comment. Getting smoked in your own comments. Laughing emojis. Next top comment. Wow, another conservative influencer showing his true colors. We need more TM and fewer Lady G's. Next top comment. Dog, TM is great. Not a rubber stamper. He actually reads those bills and tells you why he voted for him. I wish we had 450 of him. And so when I look at these things, I go, okay, even on the hardcore MAGA simp channels, literally everyone still supports him. So where did all...
No, I can't translate. Because he's speaking English. You know speak English? You know speak English?
These people come from for him to lose by 10,000 votes. Again, maybe, but I just... Anywhere you look regarding this, you will find zero support, essentially, for his opponent. But again, maybe that's just the power of Fox News boomers and goy slop AI ads that can be bought by foreign nation billionaires. I mean, maybe Americans are just that dumb. That's very hard for me to believe. But who knows? Maybe it's true. And you know what's also interesting? Did you guys know there was 8 debates scheduled for this race, and his opponent showed up to 0 of them? Here's this dipshit as he says, if you refuse to debate, you're a fraud. End of story. Well, that didn't age well for you, did it? And when we talk about elections basically being for purchase now, we can see this here. The top 3 most expensive House primaries in history have all involved pro, our greatest ally group, spending to get rid of our greatest ally critic. Number 1, the one we just saw. Number 2, Bowman in 2024. Number 3, Bush in 2024. So again, now the model has been proven to these people. Now they can know. So we should actually expect this in pretty much every election going forward in America. Now that they know that they can just step in and buy all the seats, why would we expect to see anything less? And do you think that's going to be good for the United States of America? I mean, some people do.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I'm just saying, ooh. They figuring out. The common folks figuring out. They always pointing the finger at the Democrats. But the purple ties is being exposed.
Some people that are fucking dumb as shit, but most of us don't think that's a good thing. Now, let me show you what else was going on the social media side of things with the algorithms, because it came very clear to me from my own videos and after talking to a bunch of other creators that were doing pro TM content over the last week that something just didn't seem right. And that's why we're not using his name in this video. Now I'll show you why. All right, so here's my channel. And what we're going to do here is we're going to look at just the view numbers so you guys can get an understanding of what was going on leading up into this race. So if we just look at sort of average numbers across my channel, what you're going to see is there's 2 videos here that are just suspiciously way under the average view number. So when we go through here, we start to see some numbers: 257, 184. These are pretty recent videos. And then here's one, 101,000. This is way under my average views. Now, what is this about? Oh, that's right. It's a story defending TM against these allegations. Okay, let's keep moving. Maybe that's just a one-off. All right, we go here, 230,000. Oh, here's another one suspiciously low, 126. Oh, what's this? Oh, a pro TM video. Interesting. And again, let's look at the rest of these videos just to get an idea of comparatively. Back up to 189, 489, 363, 215, 309, 215, 291, 209, 406, 235. But yet, these 2 videos, 106, 126. It's almost like any content that was pro TM was viciously limited, shadow banned leading up into the election. So this was a multi-front, multifaceted attack on this election. They brought in the billionaires to pay for the ads, and then they also used social media companies to completely limit any pro TM content as well. It's not just me. I asked a bunch of my other creator buddies, and they all said the exact same thing about those specific videos for them too. Next, we're going to talk about what happens going forward with, the election cycle with TM himself. Is he going to retire, go hang out on the ranch with his cows, or is he going to, I don't know, maybe run for president? Well, let's take a look at some of his speech last night, because he had some bangers to come out of that, even as sad as it was to see him lose.
I would have come out sooner, but I had to call my opponent and concede, and it took a while to find Ed Galrine in Tel Aviv.
Great joke. At least he does have a sense of humor about it. Here's another one.
What happens in 2028? You want me to run for Congress again? I don't know what you're talking about.
So a little hint at maybe a 2028 presidential run.
Making me
that
watch
could be
that
interesting,
commercial.
although I don't think there's any chance they would ever let him get to the finish line, to be honest. We saw what they did over a congressional seat. Could you imagine what they would try to do to him over running for president? JFK comes to mind. But he's also made it clear that he's still going to be in Congress for another 7 months, and he's going to be everybody's nightmare until he's done. So that's the type of thing we love to hear, even though, unfortunately, yes, he got hosed in a rigged.
He may be a weirdo and a black wife beater, but he doesn't seem to have the energy of a motherfucker who's going to play with children.
Been paid for election. He's not going to quit on us, the American people. And that is why it's so sad to have basically maybe the last remaining congressman that really has been willing to put his career on the line for the American people. And America is going to be much, much worse off having him gone. So let's hope he still stays in the political arena in some other ways. All right, let's get some takes from the internet, because again, people are not happy about this, understandably so. All right, Sean says $32 million and an entire administration mobilized to destroy one congressman. His crime? Demanding answers about Epstein class abuse networks and refusing to let child predators hide behind political cover. Wow. And of course, MAGA doing everything in their power to make sure that type of stuff still happens. Gotta love that. If the level of firepower doesn't tell you who's being protected, nothing will. And then this is actually insane. Thomas Mackey raised $5.5 million, but he did it with an average donation of only $100. His opposition, $32 million, all of it coming from just 3 billionaires, putting Secretary Hegseth on the ground, violating the Hatch Act, which was completely illegal, by the way. 4 presidential attacks in one day, all to silence the guy fighting for the Big E files. Trump calls elections rigged. Look in the mirror. Yes, I think so too. All right, Fishback says no election results change the fact that TM is American patriot. They may have won this battle, but they will lose the war. America first will prevail. Let's hope so. Here's another one. If TM loses, it proves voting doesn't matter. Well, found that out. And that U.S. politicians are handpicked by billionaires in Tel Aviv. Literally, that's what we saw happen. Now, check these numbers out. Galrain broke the record for most money funded by a foreign lobby in congressional race with over $15 million. It ended up being over $32 million by the end. Now, Thomas Mackey actually broke the record with the most grassroots donations in a congressional race with $1.87 million. So tell me who actually deserved to win the race. And you know what's probably the most disgusting about this whole thing is they're bragging about it.
This is literally the front page of Israel's top newspaper today, with the headline saying that the most consequential Republican primary for Israel is happening in Kentucky. Excuse me for saying this, but I didn't know Kentucky was in Israel.
Yeah, you think that's bad? Now look at this. Directly from them, they posted, yes, Galrain's victory in Kentucky and Clay Fuller's win in Georgia ensures 2 outspoken pro-Our Greatest Ally voices are positioned to fill seats previously held by outspoken detractors. Our community was proud to help pro-Our Greatest Ally candidates win those races, buy those races, cheat to take those races, I think you mean. But again, guys, they're saying this shit out loud. It's all in front of our faces now. They don't care. They proof of concepted it. Now they know they can do it with any seat, with any election. So let's be very clear. Remaining people like Lauren Boebert, you're going to get probably $50 million leveraged against you. Somebody like Graham Plattner, get ready for that race because they'll probably dump $40 to $50 million into Susan Collins as well. We should expect this is now the norm going forward, full-scale press. They don't care. They're brazenly just going to buy every election. And what do we do about it? Unfortunately, I do not have a good answer for you guys on that one. Best thing we can do is keep being outspoken about it. Keep
Best thing we can do is buy our own shit.
Talking about it. And hopefully, the country starts to wake up at some point, because this is definitely a huge step back in the wrong direction. So the midterm election cycle is probably going to end up being really wild. And
the crazy part is that collectively, we got more money than Israel, don't we? Collectively as a people, with $1 trillion spending annually, we can make some shit shake. We just ain't putting money where it's supposed to be.
Really, really rigged. But I have to wait and see. It's going to do it for this one. Catch y'all in the next video.
So the market has...
Did you say nasally grunts, though? Oh, this nigga. The purple ties. The purple ties. What is? Let me go to this dude. Leo channel that player.
You ever notice how every government disaster
I don't know, but it's all bad. The small hats bought the election and put who they want to put in there. They missed the message. I'm not finna rebox it and give it to you. Give it to you straight from the horse's mouth. You can't speak a English. You don't speak a English. Is he in Kentucky? Yeah, he is. I don't know what Straight Smoke is. I think this is it.
Thomas Massie Lawson, a lot of people today are acting shocked. A lot of people are devastated, angry, black-pilled, like America just died overnight. But honestly, I think people are missing the real story. Because what happened last night was not just about Thomas Massie. It was about exposure. The mask slip.
So dude was basically breaking down. It cost you about, what, 30, 40, 50 million to get you a seat, congressional seat, Senate seat. Ain't that what he's basically saying? How many congressmen is there? Congressmen and congresswomen are there? Is it? Damn.
How many seats?
You don't speak English. You speak Niglish. You don't speak English. It sounded like he was telling me we could buy seats as a collective. How many Senate seats are there? How many congressional seats are there all together? Let's see. Hold on. A 100 Senate seats. $535 in Congress. Let's see. So that's six. Let's just say 635. 100 in the Senate. 535 in Congress. Oh wait, 435 in the House of Representatives. Let me pull out a calculator real quick. Just gonna do something. You can get that done about what, 20 billion. And 30 million is a seat. You can get that done for about 20 billion. My bad. I'm talking too much. Maybe I just need to play the video.
The machine showed itself in broad daylight, and for the first time, millions of people actually saw it. Not just the conspiracy theorists, not the fringe weirdos living in bunkers eating canned ravioli, but normal people, average conservatives, people who spent years screaming about corruption, suddenly watched the establishment absolutely annihilate one of their own. And why? Because mass.
But that's crazy. 20 billion out of an annual trillion spent. 20 billion of that will buy every seat in that motherfucker. Maybe a little over 20 billion. Counting the other ones. That ain't nothing when you got $1 trillion spending. That's crazy.
He stepped outside the approved narrative. That's it. That's the crime. And brother, they made an example out of him. $30+ million dumped into a congressional race. 30 million. You know what kind of money that is for a congressional race? That's not campaigning, guys. That's regime change operation.
The season's really heating up at Sear Toyota.
Lots of new Tacomas starting at $299 a month.
New full-size.
I like the way he put that. That's regime change. Woo.
Part. They celebrated publicly afterward, not even subtle, not even trying to hide it. AIPAC posts this, congratulating the victory. Massive donors flexing online, corporate media framing it like democracy just got saved from some dangerous extremist. Thomas Massie, the guy talking about the Epstein files, government accountability, foreign influence, constitutional concerns. That guy became the enemy. They threw out things because they would use these big omnibus bills and hide in things like in the big beautiful bill, like children transgender surgeries. That was hidden in the bill. Donald Trump even had posted about it. Then after he caught a lot of backlash, he deleted it months ago. I showed this online. So the thing is, they targeted him and said he didn't ever vote with MAGA. But the thing is because they hid things in these big bills and he just wasn't going to go of it. Some of it was stripping your constitutional rights away. They don't hit the front page, right? Thomas Massie became the enemy. And if you still don't understand what happened, you're emotionally attached to politics instead of objectively analyzing power, because this isn't left versus right. Because now people are starting to realize something they never wanted to admit, that Donald Trump is not fighting the machine anymore. He is the machine now. And before people start losing their minds, start foaming the mouth like vaccinated raccoons in a Walmart parking lot, calm down, because I voted for Trump also. I defended the guy for years. Most conservatives did. But if you cannot objectively look at what's happening now, then you're not a free thinker, you're a fanboy. And fanboys are useless in information warfare. You look at the pattern. Massive corporate fundraising, massive foreign money connections.
Yeah, he lying on that part, player.
Right?
I'm gonna run it back.
But if you cannot objectively look at what's happening now, then you're not a free thinker, you're a fanboy. And fanboys are useless in information warfare. Then you're not a free thinker, you're a fanboy. And fanboys are useless in happening. Most conservatives did. But if you cannot objectively look at what's happening now, then you're not a free thinker, you're a fanboy. And fanboys are useless in information warfare. You look at the pattern.
Don't be useless.
Massive corporate fundraising, massive foreign money connections, right? Miriam Adelson, right? Tons of money dumped in there. What does she have to do with it? Well, we have the singer, John Singer, I think his name is, in the files. Tons of other people in the files, and they're the ones funding this. Donald Trump is also taking part in crypto deals, right? The Qatar jet, $1 million dinners, the Trump branded products launching nonstop, like the Chinese phone he just dropped. Gold shoes, Trump phones, crypto coins, membership clubs, media companies, investment vehicles. Brother, the presidency feels less like nationalist revolution and more like a QVC with nuclear codes. Everything is being monetized now. His son is Eric and Don Jr. making drones for the Pentagon. Barron is, they're saying, is doing insider trading. They're putting resorts in Saudi Arabia and Qatar. And they say Tucker Carlson's taking money from Qatar, right? People keep making excuses because they emotionally need Trump to still be that guy from 2016. But 2016 Trump and 2026 Trump are not the same human being, guys. 2016 Trump was in survival mode. He wound up getting indicted, cornered, attacked from every direction. Now, the empire building phases began. And you can literally see it, right? You can see it. Hundreds of millions raised before inauguration. Foreign investments tied into Trump crypto ventures. SEC cases disappearing after investments appear. Properties being used like financial ATMs and foreign officials staying at Trump-linked properties. Deals, access, influence, money moving everywhere. The Trump name, the Trump family has got so wealthy in this past administration while you've gotten poor. And the thing is whether every piece of information or every graphic online is perfectly framed about how much Trump has made, the perception alone is catastrophic because conservatives spent years saying the Bidens are selling access. The Clintons are corrupt. The system is rigged. Okay. So what happens when your side starts doing the things that look exactly the same? That's the test. So where principles matter. And a lot of people are failing that test right now. They are. It's because they don't actually believe in their principles, man. They worship the tribe. That's why you're seeing conservatives suddenly defend behavior that they would have called treason 5 years ago. Our chosen ally taking over our country, it's fine now. Corporate money, fine now. Massive lobbying, fine now. Government secrecy, fine now. Media propaganda, fine as long as it's our propaganda. It's like, when did we start believing the media? With the Smith Modernization Act, we know that the media is going to lie to us. They can get away with it. The government can lie to us. The government can lie to the media, put out false reports. They literally told us that's what they're doing. Brother, that's not conservatism. That's emotional addiction. And honestly, the media manipulation may be the most dangerous part happening right now, because remember, during COVID, everybody on the right suddenly understood propaganda existed. They understood censorship, narrative management, psychological operations, government media coordination. But now half of those same people went right back to trusting corporate media because the propaganda is wrapped in an American flag instead of rainbow hashtags. Fox News tells them what they want emotionally, so they stop questioning. That's why independent media matters more than ever right now. Not because creators are always correct, but because centralized narratives are dangerous. You should hear multiple perspectives. You should challenge your worldview. You should question authority. That's what conservatives used to stand for. Now half the movement sounds like trust the government, bro. What happened? Answer simple: fear. People are terrified psychologically, terrified to admit they may have been manipulated, terrified that the guy they have emotionally invested in become part of the same power structure that they hated, terrified that America may be more compromised and occupied than they realize. So instead of facing reality, they double down emotionally.
Be honest to Goyim, to people they look at as lesser than? No.
Psychology. Thomas Massey's loss exposed all that, especially the generational divide. Look at the polling. Older voters, they overwhelmingly back the establishment candidate, the Trump candidate. Younger conservatives, they not nearly as much. Why? Because younger generations grew up watching institutions collapse and lie to them in real time. Wars based on lies, economic crashes, COVID lies, corporate bailouts, mass censorship, inflation, housing disasters. Hell, most of the young people fought because weapons of mass destruction. Lost limbs, lost friends because of weapons of mass destruction lie. We're getting fed the same lie now, and the boomers are taking it like it's the gospel. Younger people don't instinctively trust institutions. Boomers still do. Boomers still think, well, if it's on television, it must be somewhat true. Brother, television is psychological warfare now. Half these anchors should wear CIA sponsor patches like NASCAR drivers. Tonight's narrative brought to you by Pfizer, Raytheon, and emotional manipulation. This is why we're emotionally shaken. And I'm not saying all boomers, by the way. I'm not saying all, because I know there's some that are of that generation that follow me and are very well in the know, but I'm saying a lot of them are. But deep down, you know, a lot of people know something's wrong. Not just politically, but spiritually. The country feels hollow, fake, manufactured. Like we're living inside of a giant branding campaign instead of a republic. And honestly, that's because politics became entertainment. As you notice, back before 2016, nobody cared about politics. They just really didn't. Not for the most part. Most people cared about sports, reality TV. But politics has taken over everything. Social media did that because everybody became emotionally addicted to the dopamine cycle of outrage. Nobody reads policies, nobody studies history, nobody understands power structures. They just pick a tribe and scream. Meanwhile, billionaires, lobbyists, corporations, foreign interests, intelligence networks, and media conglomerates continue consolidating power while the average American argues online about memes. And that's why Massey matters symbolically, not because he was perfect, not because he was going to magically save America, but because he represented resistance to the centralized power. And the system crushed him publicly as a warning. That's how the power structure works. Empires always make examples out of dissenters, guys, always. Right? But here's the good news, and yes, there's actually some good news. The monster exposed itself. That matters because people are waking up. You can see it online right now. Even long-term conservatives are questioning things publicly for the first time. It's huge. Because once people stop blindly trusting authority, the psychological spell weakens. And that's the real battlefield now, guys. Not guns, not elections, not perception, narrative control, information warfare, psychological operations. That's the war of the modern era. Think about all the Lego freaking cartoons the guys were making out of Iran, right? But most Americans are completely unprepared for it. That's why I keep telling people, stop worshiping politicians. Start looking at things yourself. Stop outsourcing your thinking. Stop emotionally attaching yourself to parties. Attach yourself to principles, truth, freedom, transparency, national sovereignty, and individual liberty. Attach yourself to those things. Forget tribes. Politicians come and go. Power corrupts almost everybody eventually, the human nature. If you build your identity around a political figure, you'll eventually get betrayed every time. So no, don't black pill today, right? Get sharper, more aware, more observant, understand what you're actually watching. Because the illusion breaking is painful but necessary. And honestly, I'd rather live uncomfortable truth than comfortable lies. You know, it kind of goes into Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban has been a hater of Trump for years. Listen to him here.
Politically.
Yeah, that's the Roy Cohn School of Management, right? You demonize and demonize and demonize and give credit to nobody else. And that is the antithesis of good leadership. That's the antithesis of good character. That's the antithesis of being ethical. That's who Donald Trump is. I've known him for 25 years. I'm never going to say we were best friends, but he is the most unethical, lacks character, dishonest person I've ever done business with or worked with.
Do you know what this weekend is? Well, it's Memorial Day weekend, of course, but also it's an unofficial kickoff to summer. So we got.
Okay. So yesterday they launched Trump RX together.
Including the co-founder of Cost Plus Drugs, Mark Cuban. Mark, thank you very much, Mark. Looking good, Mark. Come here, Mark. Nice to meet you. We have the same thing, one thing in common. We want to make people better and keep them wealthy, right? Good. Good to be with you. Vice President.
And they want to get wealthy.
Thank you for having me, Mr. President. I think other than you, I've been the biggest proponent of TrumpRx.com. And the reason for that is Republicans want cheaper drugs, independents want cheaper drugs, Democrats want cheaper drugs. And together, I think we're going to do something special. What makes Cost Plus Drugs different is that when you click through Trump RX to our site, not only will you see a great price, but you'll see our actual cost and that we only mark it up 15%. And what makes this incredible, Mr. President, all the volume and all the people that are going to come from the site, as our volumes go up, our costs go down, which means we'll be ending up charging less to people over a period of time. So this is a special announcement. This is a special partnership of TrumpRx.com.
They're enemies until they do business together. It's all about money for these guys. That's what it is. So don't you think it's odd he's buddying up with these people that he used to hate? He posted lots about Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban was the enemy of the Republican Party. And now we have this happening right before our eyes. The other thing is that look at Trump's second term sees 97% H-1B visa approval rate in first year, matching Biden era levels. Wow. Oh, man, that's not very conservative, is it? Not very conservative. And then we have Donald Trump saying he has a massive approval rating in Israel. Weird. You being an American president. Oh, man, that's not very conservative. Second term sees 97% H-1B visa approval rate in first year, matching Biden era levels. 97% H-1B. The other thing is that look at Trump's second term sees 97% H-1B visa approval rate in first year, matching Biden era levels. Wow. Oh, man, that's not very conservative, is it? Not very conservative. And then we have Donald Trump saying he has a massive approval rating in Israel. Weird. You being an American president.
Don't forget, he was a wartime prime minister. And he's not treated right in Israel, in my opinion. I'm right now at 99% in Israel. I could run for prime minister. So maybe after I do this, I'll go to Israel, run for prime minister.
Yeah, so that should tell you everything you want to know, guys. It's a hard pill to swallow, man. It is, I know. And I'm talking to the people that are still kind of like on the fence. I've been gone a long time ago. But the thing is that a lot of people left and right believe, you know, I see people on the left saying, well, we told you not to vote. Guys, it doesn't matter who it is. They fund both sides. All you have to do is go look. They actually fund both sides. It doesn't matter. They just fund more within who's in charge at that moment. There's no fixing this. There's no voting your way out of this. We're occupied. And if you didn't see that, you just need to see it now. And the politicians, they're puppets, but their main objective is enriching themselves and controlling
Sir, we've been occupied for a very long time.
you more. Anyway, guys, before I go, I want to remind you all this week, because you got to be hard to kill, Black Scout supplement line, buy 2 supplements.
Keep your cells, sir. Keep it going. Let's see. Hidden history between Iran leaders and so-called Black America. Oh, what you got? What you got, huh?
So people don't know this, Kurt. Maybe you know this, that when so we overthrew the Iranian government, meaning the CIA. In 1953, we overthrew the Mossadegh, which was a democratically elected president of Iran. And the reason why we did that is because he didn't want to let the United States and Britain steal their oil. And he wanted to keep the oil profits for the people of Iran. So immediately they overthrew him and they installed the Shah.
For prosperity, Jimmy.
And they installed the Shah of Iran, which was a murderous dictator that we propped up for 20-some years, like 25 years.
We brought in the Ayatollah as well. I don't know if you know.
So then they get rid of the Shah, and when they did that, they took they stormed the American embassy and they took some hostages, but they didn't take all they released a lot of black people and all the women. Why would they release the black people? Well, guess what?
Because they're barbaric.
This is the part you're not gonna hear. Listen to this.
Okay, one of the most insane historical facts has got to be when Iran took a bunch of American hostages in 1979, but then decided to free all the black hostages and the women. Why did Iran do this, you ask? Well, first we got to go back a little bit to why Iran took hostages in the first place. And when you understand this, you also understand why Iran and the USA don't really like each other to this day. You see, Iran had a problem. You see, back before the 1950s, Iran's oil industry was basically completely taken over by the United States and Britain. Iran was barely getting a share of their oil. Iran said, knock, knock, knock. Hello, United States, Britain, can we have our oil back? United States and Britain said, who said we got your oil? Iran said, boy, we're not stupid out here. We see y'all scamming us. United States and Britain said, you got us, and we don't feel lie, but we're not giving your oil back though, for real. So Iran voted in a new prime minister that took back Iran's oil. The United States said, ooh, we can't have that. Call in the CIA. The CIA pulls up, that boy gone. The United States brings in a new guy, the Shah, and he's very friendly towards the United States. Iran said, the Shah said, look, y'all didn't even give me a chance for real. Yeah, fast forward 20 years later, he gave away all of Iran's oil and had very oppressive policies towards the people. The people of Iran said, time's up. The Shah said, time's up. Boy, you know what I got behind me? Root, root, root. Big dog United States. The Iranian people said, all right, let's see if they get to you in time. The Iranian people rose up and started hunting them down. The Shah said, oh, them folk tripping. He calls the United States. He said, yo, them folk trying to get me. The United States said, chill, we're going to get an airplane. We're going to come pick you up. We can't let our our friends, suffer. The Shah gets on a plane and he dips. He said, I'll see y'all folk in the States. The people of Iran looked at the United States and said, bring back the Shah. The United States said, no, the Shah is sick. We can't give him to you right now. Iran said, we got hospitals here and jails. Bring him over. The United States said, no. And we still gonna take your oil because we're gonna bring in a new guy to still take your oil. This was the last straw for Iran. Iranian college students stormed the United States embassy and take everybody hostage. They said, bring back the Shah. The United States said, release the hostages. What are your demands? Iran said, well, they're pretty reasonable. 1, we want the Shah back. 2, we want you to leave us and our oil alone. The United States said, no. If there's something you got to know about the United States of America, is it's very hard to negotiate with. The United States wants it all at all times. They said, hostage, y'all gonna have to hold it down. The hostage said, the United States said, counteroffer, we keep the Shah, we keep the oil, and you give us the hostages. Iran's new supreme leader, Khomeini, said, look at my face. Do I look like I'm gonna play with y'all? Give us back the... Hold on. Are those black people? Now here's where things start to get wicked. Khomeini looked at the black hostages and said, don't the United States be like oppressing y'all and messing with y'all too? Black people said, Well, Khomeini said, oh, no, y'all are free to go. Plus the women, y'all are free to go. The white hostage said, Jamal, ain't you going to put in a good word for me? He said, my name's Eric. He said, Andre, we're not here to argue about semantics. This is a serious situation. Go talk to them folk. Put in a good word for me. Black people said, all right, give us your number. I'm going to call you on my iPhone. We're going to put in a good word. White people said, iPhones haven't been invented yet. Black people said, exactly. Call me when they get invented. Oh, them folk dipped. Except a black man named Carl. Now, I don't know if this is him, but this picture goes with what I'm saying. You see, Carl was a Marine, but he was also a radio operator in the Marines. So he was privy to very sensitive information. Carl said, okay, we packing our bags, we going. They said, Carl, you can't come. Carl said, y'all see my skin color, right? They said, yeah, Carl, but you privy to info. You're going to have to hold it down. Carl said, ain't this about it? But Carl was released 2 years later with the rest of the hostages because President Jimmy Carter, after a lot of back and forth, there's a lot more to the story than this, finally made a deal with Iran, basically saying, okay, we're going to leave you alone. Just release the hostages. Iran didn't get the Shah because the Shah actually passed away. And side note, since Jimmy Carter took so long to get the hostages released, Reagan used that against him to get elected over Jimmy Carter, and Reagan then ruined the world. But that's a story for another day. Side note, to Jimmy Carter's credit, even though he lost the election, he still worked on getting the hostages until his last day in office. In fact, he got the hostages released on his last day in office. And well, even after the hostages were released, Iran and the United States relationship had never been the same since. And in fact, before the hostage crisis and after the hostage crisis, there were many more little incidents that happened between the US and Iran. What's happening today is just another piece in a story that's been ongoing for about 100 years. They just haven't taught you it in your history books. A story that I hope ends peacefully and sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they don't teach you this stuff in the history books. That's for
Never heard
goddamn
that.
sure.
Never heard that story about letting the black people go. They didn't put it in Argo, Jimmy.
They
It wasn't in the movie Argo, which is all a lie.
Right.
It was Canadians getting their people out. That had nothing to do with our CIA, but they made a lie movie with Ben Affleck, probably to get us going against Iran at the time. Remember?
Oh, yes. That's your
Every time they make these movies with this help of a consultant from the CIA or the Pentagon, we're getting North Korea level bullshit told to us.
That's exactly right. Well, guess look at this. Iranian leaders are educated people. They only hate the Epstein class. The Khomeini was very sympathetic towards black people. Here is a video of him giving tribute to Malcolm X. You want to see it? What?
Let's not forget how good they are to the Jews in Iran, because they don't blame Jews, they blame Israel and Zionists.
Yes, right.
They're better than Nick Fuentes, these people.
Mike probably passed out.
So here he is honoring Malcolm X. Before I begin my speech, I would like to remind the audience that today is martyrdom anniversary of African-American Muslim leader Malcolm X. You can turn up a little.
In Los Angeles, California last year,
I would like to request all attendees to please recite Surah Fatiha, Surah Tawan for the soul of this martyr. Wow. Wow. Heavy duty. So Iran knows a lot more about the United States than the United States does about Iran. That's for sure.
I hope I can do the Tehran Comedy Festival, Jimmy, and apologize for America to them.
Yeah, me too. I got invited to go to Tehran in March. Well, it's March now, so they're having a big arts festival, and they wanted me to come and participate, and I said I couldn't, but I'd be there in spirit. And now I don't think they're having that festival. So
yeah, I bet they're not. I mean, also it'd be a good way to get Pegasus again.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure but Kurt, they can Pegasus me anytime they want now. They got all they need is your phone number. How do you know you're not Pegasus?
Well, if I am, I'll know I've truly made it.
I only got lucky because I was on a plane and on my computer it came up, hey, this MacBook has control of your iCloud. Like that wasn't supposed to happen. but it did, and I saw it, and that's when I knew I was screwed. And
I hope I get a nice invite to Bohemian Grove too. I would like the entire package, please. I told you should go to that if they said they give your friend Kurt a taste. Just a taste. That's what Ryan Long said to say.
I know people. I have friends who go to the Bohemian Grove because they're musicians and they like to have musicians around to entertain them, and they get a kick out of it every time we talk about the Bohemian Grove.
Do they let chicks in yet, or is it still kind of a gay thing?
It's as listen to what Nixon said. It's one of the most goddamn things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, look, the bottom line is a place where it could be the one Peter Thiel has at those Collinses that were talking to that feminist who's stupid. The chick ran the Bilderberg of Peter Thiel, of tech people. It's just a bunch of important, powerful people getting together that don't want anyone else to hear what they're talking about, which is how we get evil shit like the Fed. And that's why it's always important to call it out. It's never a good thing. Where's all this good that's supposed to come from it? Have you seen it? I haven't. I would ask your friends that.
I think it's interesting. That's all.
Interesting. You're like the first to bring up AIPAC, which is interesting. It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting.
You know, when they say Freemasonry is just to build better men, and I go, well, where are
which
these
is just
men?
interesting.
Shaq?
Listen, it's interesting you say that, which is just interesting.
Shaq, you mean?
What's interesting about it? That it's just interesting as you bring up AIPAC.
It's just interesting. Anyway.
No, just me. It's interesting you brought that up.
It's just, I just thought it was interesting. All right. Everybody, we'll see you in San Antonio, Albuquerque, Houston, Dallas, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, and then Burbank, May 7th. Get your tickets. The Comedy Store is already sold out, so come see me in Burbank, California at Flappers Comedy Club. I love that club. And then we'll see you in Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Spokane, and Tacoma. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Hey, we'll be in San Antonio, Albuquerque, Houston, Dallas, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, Burbank, California. That's on May 7th.
Say what? I'm sitting there eating graham crackers and shit. Graham crackers and peanut butter. The dude I was just playing, Jimmy Dore. You know, because I'm always eating some shit. Damn, black woman says she's tired of black men from America. In the UK now, speaking of her. Bitch, bye. This white rage be killing me. They just made another iconic white character black. They mad because they done turned Betty Boop black. So-called black flag on the plate. Oh shit. What we got?
Did you know white slaves were sold in the 17th century more than blacks in America, with a staggering death rate between 37% to 50%? This is the story the history books will not tell you, nor will they teach it in school. Irish and black slaves were shipped to the sugar plantations in Barbados. Modern-day historians call the white slaves indentured servants, and they never refer to them as slaves. These white slaves had to work 14 hours a day with no wages in the worst working conditions, equivalent to the same harsh, hard labor that existed in the gulag.
We are not called to be pop psychologists. We're called to be peacemakers. We're called to speak the truth in love. We're not called to brand pain with hashtags. We're called to see people as God sees them, not as case studies for diagnosis. Here's the question
T-Dub, what up, dog?
and it is this: who gets to define you? Is it a TikTok video? Is it a psychology?
Damn, I know they was going like this 8 months ago. He talking about super predator. Black stabbing attack. Ukrainian refugee murdered by super predator. All right, Nick. I just wanted to run a search and Rumble of Black America. Let's see what Rumble got. Hold on. I'm gonna search American Indian in Rumble and see what pop up. Matt Walsh, The Real History of the American Indians. I know there's some bullshit. I know there's some bullshit. No. This ought to be very interesting.
The Fed just installed a kill switch in your bank account. If you have over $100,000 sitting in a traditional...
Oh my God, boy. Where do I begin? I'm just sitting there listening to this dude. All right, hold on. Hey, where did dude getting all this information from?
Maybe unsuitable for young children, but we don't have any choice but to present them. After all, this video is in pursuit of historical truth.
You crazy
Then they get to take her sexy fish.
You crazy motherfucker. Boy, that was a bunch of shit. Some shit in there that was accurate with a whole bunch of bullshit sprinkled on top. I see he didn't really mention who those people were. Documentary feature, Unspoken, America's Native American Boarding School. The Michelle Moore Show, huh? Oh yeah, what we got? What we got
Those
here?
insurance companies out there are the most.
What have I stumbled across?
Private companies that save you money. Josh, you.
In a world full of darkness, I found my light. With Jesus by my side, I conquer every fight. Walking in faith, I won't be afraid. His love surrounds.
Well, this shit done shut me off. That's janky. I ain't even do nothing. That's that janky, ass Matt Walsh. Oh shit, I got double back. Janky ass Matt Walsh Mark ass. Talking all that shit. That falsified ass shit. Sprinkling sugar on shit. And they gonna get mad and block the stream. Now I'm on StreamYard, so it's YouTube only. That's super janky. You hating this shit. Well, you must want me to. Ain't that some shit though? Hella janky, hella janky. Hella janky, hella janky. Yes, that facker. You motherfucker. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard put in a resignation letter talking about her husband got severe illness and she got to be with him at this time. And oh shit, what the hell they got going on? Oh shit, hold on. Professor Yang. Jiang. How you say his name? Professor Jiang. I did see somewhere he was talking about when they went NATO alert, Russian move. What is shit at? Trump visits China. Remember he went to China last week? Who loyal to what, man? What you talking about?
This professional 32 TW SSD capable of holding the entire collection of the New York Public Library is something you won't find at Best Buy or
motherfucker make you watch commercials.
Any electronics retailer, even if you were willing to drop $1,000.
Open capital accounts.
Start my day with me. I'm a jeweler at Shane Company, and I'll show you 5 ways we make your engagement ring special. We set all of our...
Your engagement ring special. Yes.
So Trump is...
Hold on, I'm seeing reports of Trump got rushed back to Washington, D.C. He's canceling the weekend plans. Intelligence officials have also canceled Memorial Day plans and are on standby. What the hell they got going on? What is the story at? September 2026. Okay. What is damn video I had earlier? Damn. Let me go to these bookmarks. We tripping out no goofy ass wedding ring commercial. It's probably because you wanna reading your comments. When she loyal to her man, and they gonna pop up with a wedding ring commercial and shit. Craziness.
If we do a movie on someday, we're going to need a Secretary of the Treasury. We're starring him. I think we'll put him in there, right? He's done a good job. Starting today, we're so lucky to have him. The Federal Reserve is a pillar of the world financial system and the most important central bank anywhere in the world, with a history stretching back more than 100 years. It is truly the institution that's most looked to and most respected, and it's now taken on a new and even higher respect, in my opinion. And honestly, I really mean this. This is not said in any other way. I want Kevin to be totally independent. I want him to be independent and just do a great job. Don't look at me. Don't look at anybody. Just do your own thing and do it. Honestly, I really mean this. This is not said in any other way. I want Kevin to be totally independent. I want him to be independent and just do a great job. Don't look at me. Don't look at anybody. Just do your own thing and do a great job. Okay? Really amazing, but we can bring it to a new and higher level with Kevin. I think we can bring it to a level that nobody ever thought possible. By following through on this vision, Kevin will restore confidence in the Fed, which is so important, and among Americans all across the political spectrum and people from all over the world, and they're going to be looking to Kevin. Great job. Okay. Unfortunately, in the eyes of many, the Fed lost its way in recent years. It became distracted by concerns far removed from its core mission and mandate, drifting into matters such as climate policy and DEI initiatives, with the Fed straying from its mandate. While the last administration blew out the deficit, Americans suffered the worst inflation that we had in history. It was the worst inflation we've ever had. As you know, there's some people say you're wrong about that. It was only in 48 years, but I think 48 years almost sounds worse. The worst inflation we've ever had, so it made it very difficult. Chairs before him.
What? Is he acting like he's not aware of current inflation?
Kevin will safeguard the Fed's integrity. They'll make their...
You goofy bastard. Damn. You ain't that retarded.
Their own decisions and hope.
Old man getting dementia and reading off a piece of paper. Hopefully
make them well, but they'll be listening to Kevin all the way. I really believe that. Even if they're from a somewhat different persuasion, they're going to be listening to him out of respect, because everybody respects him. Thankfully, unlike some of his predecessors, Kevin understands that when the economy is booming, it is that's a good thing. We don't have to go crazy. Just let it boom. We want it to boom. We want it to be like nobody.
Why you keep saying boom? Sound like bombs.
Nobody has ever had before, because we do have some debt we'd like to take care of. And the way you do that is through growth. We're going to grow our way out of it so fast. And Kevin's somebody, and I feel strongly also, we don't want to see it stifled. We want to stop inflation, but we don't want to stop greatness. And so that's really a very good thing, a very positive thing. And that's what he's looking to do. He's looking to do positive economic growth. It's so important. And as we discussed, economic growth doesn't mean inflation. It can be just the opposite, actually. But economic growth does not mean inflation. You're really steady-handed, probably, maybe in many ways, the most. I don't know. I have two great justices of the Supreme Court here, so I have to say, I don't know which is more important, being a justice of the Supreme Court or your job. I'm not sure about that. Swear in, give him a good oath if you would, because Clarence, we need a really good oath delivered here. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
I do solemnly swear.
I, Kevin Warsh, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
I'm noticing ain't no fringes and shit on these flags. Am I the only person noticing that shit?
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
The duties on the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
What are you talking about, chick?
I am not saying this so that you panic, but please just expect that sometime in the near future, you're going to try to open your phone in the morning, go on the internet, and you won't be able to, okay? There won't be Wi-Fi. You won't be able to go on social media. The internet is going to be down, and you're going to shit yourself. because you're going to be like, what the frick? I can't communicate with anyone. What is going on? Well, what is going on is actually the old system that was based on frauds and lies and control and enslavement is being flipped over. So we kind of need to go dark. But it's not going to last a very long time. And this is good news. This is what we want. So whenever that day comes, I want you to know, don't shit yourself. I know we're all going to be a little bit uneasy of like, oh my God, here it is. But this is the liberation of mankind. Okay, so let's let it happen.
Fairfield High School Officer Bianca Brown allegedly used excessive force against the student Maurice Williams. According to his father, the officer ran up and grabbed Maurice by the hair, slammed him to the ground, punched him in the face multiple times while he tried to cover himself, then dragged him by the hair after he was already handcuffed.
Cousin, right there on that floor. He was trying to run. They picked up and slammed him. And now the other one trying to. No, why is he whipping his hair? Like, I'm gonna get mad.
That type of shit to get you steaming. What you talking about, Owen?
And explain to you what's going on. So you had Marjorie Taylor Greene on with Alex Jones yesterday. And I'm going to play this clip and explain to you what's going on here, because most people can't interpret this for what it is. And the people that are attacking Alex Jones and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Boy, she looked like a man. Damn, that face is prominent. Look at that. Look at the structure on it. That look like a man. That look like a. She look more manly than you, Alex. Shit. She look like Alex's little ugly brother with long hair and shit.
You guys are playing with you're playing with 5-year-old puzzle pieces. You're playing with toddler toys. So I'm going to explain. So here's the clip. They're talking about, is Trump considering canceling elections?
I think it's right there. Absolutely. He's like, I remember the clip. He goes, wait.
You know, a lot of these politicians and shit be trans, broken transmissions and shit. Ooh wee. Damn. That's a terrible angle, man. You need to raise the camera up or lower it. No, raise it up higher next time. Shit.
I just got a big idea. I can get into war. Well, he just said yesterday, he said, I may be here in 2028. I may just stay.
Marco Reed.
Hey, I may be the Israeli prime minister. What about that?
Well, that's so that type of behavior is someone planning an idea over and over and over again. He constantly says it so that he can normalize the idea and test the support and test people's reactions. But saying it over and over and over again normalizes the idea. And I think it's incredibly dangerous, and no one should ever accept it. Absolutely not. There cannot be a third term. No, that's against our laws. That's against the Constitution. There is no third term. Yeah, well, and if this country is at war, no, our elections should not be canceled. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, they should carry on and they should go forward, and people need to fight as hard as possible for election
I
integrity.
agree. Are you worried about an October surprise, Cuba or something else before the election?
I'm worried about it.
So people are responding to the Alex Jones, Marjorie Taylor Greene commentary saying that it looks like Trump is considering canceling the election. And my guess is Alex or MTG or others might even go a step further and commit to that rhetoric and say, no, I believe Trump, or I have been told Trump is going to cancel the election. Now, let me explain why Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex Jones are playing chess while MAGA cultists can't even play tic-tac-toe. Let me explain to you what has just happened here. Now, what they have done is they have put Trump in the corner. If Trump is really considering canceling elections, whether you believe it or not, whether it's true or not, This is how you play chess in the political commentary world. And this is why MAGA is so dazed and confused right now, because they don't know how to play chess. What Alex Jones and Marjorie Taylor Greene have done now is they have put Trump in a corner. Because now, if Trump does cancel the elections, guess what he's just done? He's given Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex Jones the last laugh. Quite frankly, I consider this a master stroke from Alex and Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't even care if it's true or not. I don't even care if they're making it up or not.
And the Wiener laptop, the Clintons, Hillary's emails, and the Wiener laptop as ultimate life insurance. The deepest darkness is finally coming to light. Patriots, hold on to your seats because the nuclear payload just detonated. Anthony Weiner's laptop wasn't just some pervert's hard drive. It was the life insurance policy that kept the entire Clinton crime syndicate untouchable for decades. That infamous folder labeled life insurance, it contained the real dirt, thousands upon thousands of emails, videos, and files that expose the full scope of the Clinton Foundation's pay-to-play empire. Child trafficking networks, satanic rituals, and the blood-soaked secrets tying straight to Epstein's Island and the global elite pedophile ring. Back in 2016, when the New York Police Department seized Weiner's devices during his underage sexting probe, they didn't just find Huma Abedin's emails to Hillary. They uncovered a digital vault of horrors. We're talking about classified documents, deleted server backups, evidence of adrenochrome harvesting, ritual.
You doing all that talking? Let me see something. Shut your ass up.
Life. What Trump is doing in the United States of America and the citizens is absolutely unacceptable. It won't affect me. I don't even give a shit. I'll be fine. But for the average American that has struggles every day, somebody in their family's sick, they're sick, they lost a job, they lost health care, Trump absolutely is pissing on the heads and in the face of every American. He has stolen more money and will steal more money by the time he...
Who this dude sound like? Seinfeld.
He gets out of office. More than every president in the last 250 years combined. Congress should fucking be held accountable, and Trump should be fucking thrown in jail. This is an absolute fucking sham. What he is doing to the United States and to the economy will never recover from it. The consequences will be felt for the next 50 years. He is digging us a hole so deep with his fucking corruption and his cronies' corruption, his lies and his bullshit. I cannot believe that we're fucking having to deal with this guy. I have never cared about what a president did, but this level of corruption is so over the top. I don't know how in the hell Congress is allowing this shit to happen. The guy's fucking making stock trades and 3 days later he's fucking spitting out the ticker symbol and speeches. It's fucking abhorrent. He's disgusting. He's despicable. The guy is a lying, cheating pig.
You say it with your chest. Ooh. It'll be okay with people of a different race adopting black kids. When bed bucking goes wrong, a white fiance of a black man adopted his 7-year-old black daughter. The little girl ended up with 90 stab wounds. What the fuck? No.
Of the white woman who requested the custody, but her mother was in on it too, and so was her daughter. That's 3 generations. So we have the fiance of the father. Her name is Emily. This one right here. This is also the same one down here, okay? They look like 2 different people. When I saw the pictures, I was like, wait, who is the fiance? Because I saw this picture first. And this person down here and this person in the corner down here is the same person. That's Emily. She is the fiance of Jordan Duncan's father, who is in prison at this time.
God
the lady in the
damn.
middle with the white gray hair, that's her mother. That's the fiance's mother. And this one is her daughter. This is 3 generations, a grandmother, a mother, and a daughter, all charged for torturing this 7-year-old black girl who was in their custody. So this case is going to take us down to Long Island. Okay, this started December of 2024. So Jordan Duncan, she's 7 years old. She's a 2nd grader. And some of her teachers describe her as lighting up a room as soon as she comes in. She was a ball of energy. So her parents' name are Derek Duncan and Portia Duncan. Somewhere along the way, they lost custody of their child. She was removed from the home. In the county that they're in, that Child Protective Services places the child in the care of Emily Kelly at Kelly's request. Now that was in December of 2024. And the reports say by January of 2025, not even 30 days later, she was already abusing Jordan. So listen at that. December of 2024, okay, she got legal guardianship over Jordan. By January of 2025, she was already abusing Jordan. And by December of 2025, Jordan was dead. So about a year after she got custody of the little girl, the girl is deceased. So let's go ahead and read off what they said. It says the abuse included prolonged physical restraint, repeated physical injuries, and deliberately withholding medical care from this baby so that her wounds would go untreated. And the entire time this was happening, Emily Kelly had photos and videos of the abuse saved on her personal cell phone and her cloud account. She documented it, she recorded it. On one instance of a recording where they can hear Jordan struggling, her mother is in the back singing hymns like they on a damn plantation. And to keep anyone from finding out, they stopped letting Jordan go to school. They say in 2025, Jordan missed 40 days of school. Kelly's excuse was the child was sick. They had family deaths. She even lied and said that they took Jordan to Disneyland. On December 29th of 2025, Emily Kelly called.
I'm triggered too.
911 for her child in cardiac arrest. They rushed Jordan to the hospital where she was pronounced deceased. The medical examiner did an autopsy. They found 90 sharp object stab wounds, basically 90 in Jordan's body. She didn't even die from the stab wounds. She died from the infections that she got from the wounds being untreated. Nobody got her help. All right, so Emily Kelly is indicted for 2nd-degree murder. Her mother, Barbara Renner, manslaughter, okay? And her daughter, Alyssa Seymour, unlawful imprisonment. All 3 have been charged with endangering the welfare of a child.
3 generations of women in the home, all charged with the abuse that caused.
Hold on, them charges sound kind of light.
Little Jordan's death.
What?
All 3 have been charged with endangering the welfare of a child.
You got this little girl dead, and y'all charged with what? That's fucking crazy.
3 generations of women in the home, all charged with the abuse that caused little Jordan's death. 50-year-old Emily Kelly.
One more time.
And her daughter, Alyssa Seymour, unlawful imprisonment. All 3 have been charged with endangering the welfare of a child.
3 generations.
Endangering the welfare of a child. Nah, that's murder. Manslaughter, murder, all that shit.
Of women in the home, all charged with the abuse that caused little Jordan's death. 50-year-old Emily Kelly, her legal guardian, facing the most serious charges, including 2nd-degree murder. Kelly was the girl's father's fiance and had legal custody because he's in prison. But prosecutors say in the year Kelly was in charge, cruelty persisted. So did alleged cover-ups of Jordan's injuries discussed between Kelly and her 24-year-old daughter, Alyssa Seymour.
So
Kelly's elderly mother, meanwhile.
So his ass in prison. Oh no, man. Oh no. That's fucking crazy, man. Woo! I bet you they out. You know, I bet you they just living their life like nothing happened. That shit wrapped in one. Fuck's this? What? Woman arrested after Facebook post questioning town water safety. Oh, hell no. You gonna arrest me for questioning the water supply? Uh-oh.
How you doing today? Name and badge number, please.
Hey, David.
Name and badge number. Name and badge number, please. Name and badge number, please. Name and badge number, please. Okay, then we don't have a discussion. Name and badge number. I'm not causing any issue. I'm staying on a public sidewalk doing nothing and not saying anything to anyone until you guys just approach me. And you guys want to be disrespectful and not you want to go against your policy and not identify yourselves as police officers and your name and badge number. We're not talking. I'm not causing an issue, man. I'm not causing an issue. I'm standing here on a public sidewalk, video recording, which I'm allowed to do by law. So you guys are dismissed. I have nothing to say to you. Go talk to the people who called you. Then there you go. Then so let them know that I am out here exercising my freedom and my rights to do what I'm allowed to do. Pardon me? Life as it happens. And by the way, I told you, unless you're going to identify yourself and give me your name and your badge number, our conversation is done. I'm not causing any issue. So see you later. I have nothing left to say to you. You guys, this is what I'm talking about. They want respect, but they don't want to give respect. Right? It's their policy to give their name and their badge number and identify, and they refuse to do so. Right? Because they're disrespectful, right? Police, because they don't give a shit about the public and how they're acting, right? And the fact that they're doing something perfectly legal. Look at this one. This one here got her gloves on right away because she wants to go on. She wants to go hands on. It's ridiculous. Right? Hopefully we can hear what she just said with the new microphone setup. I don't need to leave anywhere. I don't care. It's a public sidewalk. It doesn't matter. It's a public sidewalk. I can be here all the time.
Look at it, young.
Well, then you can stay here and be in my video shots. No, I'm video recording this right now. Thank you very much. Oh, we got another one on duty here. Right. KH353X. Right. Vehicle number K113218. I don't need to identify myself. I have a criminal crime. Well, yeah, you can call me good citizen. If you excuse me, I need to get by you if you don't mind without stepping on the private property. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Can you not come so close to us?
I'm video recording one of my cars, seeing if you guys are driving around in safe vehicles.
Could you not come so close to us?
Right. You know, I wouldn't want you guys to get hurt, get a flat tire, a pop tire, right? You know, so public needs to be aware if you guys are driving in unsafe vehicles, right? So that way they can, complain to the right people for you guys to get you guys in safer vehicles. We got another one pulling up.
Dude, trolling the police.
KL3236. Oh, here we have the guys from earlier who were calling me a weirdo. All right.
Should. Oh, they back on the Charlie shit.
I wasn't looking.
They back on Charlie.
Why do you think they excavated so much dirt?
You think that they were trying to make sure they got any bullet fragments or anything that was in there?
I wasn't looking at it with that lens, dude.
Really?
I wasn't.
It didn't even cross your mind?
It didn't cross my mind. Here's the thing. You were saying stuff on social media. Everybody's saying stuff on social media.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I had been, I got so disheartened with social media because they just spin everything and they talk shit and fear mongering and hate sells. And I didn't want to see it. I knew there was videos out there. Right when I pulled into town, when it happened, I Googled it and I saw the video from afar, right? Of Charlie getting shot. And I thought, man, I don't want to see that shit. This guy got shot. You see it, he's probably dead or dying, right? I don't want to see somebody murdered, especially a good man, a father and a husband. So I hadn't been on social media. I had stayed away from it. My wife had been on it and she was a wreck, bro. She was just, all that ugliness was just. So when I got the call, I thought, you better fucking believe it. I'm going to go help. That was all it was. I'm going to go help these guys. He's asking for help. They want to do it right. He framed it in the sense that, hey, we want this to be done right. So that's why I showed up. So, I mean, to do pavers correctly, you over excavate, you get rid of the topsoil.
Oh, you do?
You do, 100%.
Okay.
You want to get a good base. And these guys had kind of, there was two guys in charge and a ragtag crew. One of the guys was in charge of a state-owned facility in American Fork. And the other guy was in a maintenance groundskeeper on a facility in Provo. And these are the two guys I'm corresponding with. The first guy, the second guy that I hadn't talked to on the phone basically said, hey, look, we're not talking to anybody. We're not saying anything to the media. He says this is above our pay grade. The FBI and the state, the governor and the FBI, that's what they told me. The governor and the FBI said they want this done by Monday and we need to get it done. We're not asking.
Why do you think they excavated so much?
That's gonna be about my cue because I'm about to pass out in this motherfucker. I just did in this chair. Shit. No, I need to take my ass to bed. I don't care about aliens.
Repeat themselves over and over again. No, guys, this is the second release of UFO files. It's all over the.
Shut up. Let's go to this food page. Get out of me passing out. Republican congressman in full revolt.
Search where's Joel Webb and Pat. You'll find it. I like to just not give the extra step, make it too easy on.
I love how
enemies,
liberals are
Georgetown,
shut down. They gave me 5 shirts. That's funny. All right.
Exactly. Georgetown, Texas, north of Austin.
Very beautiful area. Thanks for being on with us.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it.
All right, Joe Biggs is on with us, and then I'm going to get into.
They told me the governor.
Concrete.
Oh, you on that bullshit, huh? Okay. Okay.
UFO. This, but you just seen that. Already found a bunch of. They were smart. They just leave it. And so what if there's some fragments? You can just say it's something else and, oh, yeah, right. You don't know that. But to make sure they got fragments out of the asphalt concrete, they excavated it and said, "Hurry, get it out of here now!" The war and with the Republicans making deals, saying he's doing a good job going after fraud. I just called big Jeffrey Epstein case developments. We'll get to those things. Andrew Monbotton, no longer the royal, has been stripped of it. House of Windsor investigated over potential sex crimes. A man stuck on Epstein Island got thrown in a dungeon. That's confirmed. Now they got dungeons there. Who's running it? We'll get into that. The Pentagon just released a second massive tranche of UFO alien information. We're processing that. Already found a bunch of really interesting things.
Stop all the alien bullshit.
And also some just obvious crap like, oh, look, we shot down a UFO. Well, yeah, unidentified. It's a freaking weather balloon. Because you even see the tail on it. Gets up the jet stream. Yeah, it's going 100 miles an hour because the jet stream's going that fast. So just absolutely ridiculous. But a lot of it is very, very interesting. We'll be getting into all of that. Also, from Austin, Texas to New York, Chicago to LA to Portland to Dallas to Detroit, just randomly people are shooting up ambulances. They're shooting up fire trucks, police, just randomly shooting up citizens. And in almost every case, when they arrest them, they're illegal aliens running around foaming at the mouth. And there's all this new video coming in where in New Mexico and Florida, where you'll have one illegal alien plow over a bunch of people and the cops are there. And while they're there, another one crashes into somebody. And all these crazy truck drivers where they don't even have driver's license, they just give them commercial driver's license all over the country. These Democrat-funded NGOs do. They just give them to them, and the police pull people over at night with their lights off, and they don't speak English. They have to use translators on their phone, and they go, I don't know how to turn the lights on. You don't know how to turn the lights on an 18-wheeler, and you're out driving it. I mean, this is just bonker town. And I wasn't even thinking of covering that, but it just keeps popping up everywhere. Tom Homan has called for all of the CHLs of these people to be pulled. Absolutely. I mean, this is just federal judges blocking Trump's move in California to do that. I mean, they want to get everybody killed, folks. They just want chaos, Cloward and Piven, total insanity. And then there's this, okay? We know within a few days of Charlie Kirk being murdered, they came in and dug down into the ground several feet of concrete in the middle of the university and scooped it all out and re-poured concrete. Now, you don't do that unless you're covering something up. And the more we look at it, it does look like the microphone was exploding and that somehow it malfunctioned and only shot part up into the neck of the projectile, but the explosive charge to fire it blasted pieces down into the ground. And that's been the working theory forever. But the point is, you now have the contractor, we checked, it's him. I want to give him on the show, by the way, the producers, saying, no, I was told hurry up by the FBI and the governor. Get that dug out now. I mean, you could put the FBI and the governor in front of a grand jury and ask them, why'd you need to dig 4 or 5 feet in the ground and excavate the whole thing and then pour concrete in? I mean, talk about guilty behavior. If they were smart, they just leave it. And so what if there's some fragments? You can just say it's something else and, oh, yeah, right. You don't know that. But to make sure they got fragments out of the asphalt concrete, they excavated it and said, hurry, get it out of here now. And I'm just going to say it now. All that behavior, running up, grabbing all the cameras, running off, don't look good, folks. And I was the first to break 6 days in, and I was given this information. I asked these people, I said, why am I being given this? They said, because we can't put this out. It's too dangerous. You're willing to do it, right? That's why we give you this stuff. I'm like, all right. These are very credible people that were in the meeting. I'm going to stop there. And Kash Patel, the president, the vice president, Tulsi Gabbard, Joe Kent, they're all in there. And they've got information of foreign government involvement. They can't tell you it's classified. and of accomplices, you know, they were online saying he'll be dead tomorrow. Watch this, at least 10 people. The whole trans cult. So they were definitely involved as decoys or at some level. And that's why I was saying it looks like it's a trans cult because they're so violent. They're saying they're going to kill him, and they're there cheering right when the gun goes off. Yay, there's the hero. I did it, you know. Famous leftist activists. I shot him. He said, oh, I did that so the shooter could get away. You mean the decoy or the puppet. And then you got the family of Tyler Robinson saying he's been totally set up. We've talked to him, but they're scared to come on air. 8 of them that you see on the news, they all say Tyler did it. That's not true. Some of the audio's been played. I'll just stop right there. So I'll tell you what's dangerous for the family is not going public now. I mean, they think, well, I'm gonna stop. The point is, we got the family, 8 of them, grandpa, grandma, dad, all of it. We've got them saying it's a lie and that he's basically mind controlled. You've got the contractor. In fact, we'll just cover this now. You've got the contractor saying, no, they told me hurry up and excavate it and get it out of there now. And then you've got Kash Patel at the meeting I was just telling you about, yelling at Tulsi Gabbard saying, I'm in charge of domestic intelligence. I want Joe Kent to stop at the National Counterterrorism Center investigating this, to not look into foreign involvement. And since then, Joe Kent's gone public. They've all talked about it. It's all been discussed. And right after Kirk was killed, we were obviously in contact with Joe Kent. I'll leave it at that. Because Harrison, a month before, said, I was told by someone very close to Kirk that he thinks Israel's about to kill him. Well, Tucker Carlson and others have confirmed that indeed he did tell them basically that. And so Kirk was calling me up saying, keep the pressure on. They want to go to full war with Iran back during Midnight Hammer. Keep putting pressure on the Epstein thing. It's the right thing to do, and it's going to kill the Republican Party in the midterms. Good job, Alex. So I knew when people were saying he texted him and said that or called him, I knew he called me. Later people released the text and all that and proved it. Remember the Israel lobby was saying, oh, no, that's all made up. And Israel came out with it a few days and said, we didn't kill Kirk. Netanyahu said that. And I was like, yeah, there's not evidence that Israel did it. There's evidence there's a cover-up. Well, now we've got almost all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle in. And so I got upset when Candace Owens, who I don't want to fight with, and overall I think she's a decent person, was having people on that clearly were verifiably frauds, putting out false stories that when they got tracked down would be fake, then discrediting the whole thing. And of course, I've been vindicated on that. But this is a big deal. So the full video and the article is at alexjoneslive.com. Be sure and share that. Contractor hired to pave over Charlie Kirk's murder scene reveals FBI and governor ordered immediate excavation. Why? Why? Utah contractor Dan Merrill recently joined a podcast where he revealed the FBI and Utah Governor Spencer Cox ordered workers to excavate the area where conservative icon Charlie Kirk was murdered within days of assassination. Kirk was shot on Wednesday, and the government ordered the excavation and paver installation finished by Monday. Merrill explained when he got the call saying he received the bid to take care of the grounds where Kirk was killed. He just wanted to help because he felt bad about what happened. He was told by colleagues working on the project that nobody was to speak with the media because it was above their pay grade, and that the governor and the FBI said they want this done by Monday and we need it done. We're not asking questions.
I don't even know why I started that. Yeah, I don't even know why I started that one. Ain't no way I'm gonna get through this. No sirree, Bob. Oh, okay. Get my ass up out of here.
Just on once. Hey. Whole block shake. Yeah. Look up. Too late. Godzilla in the middle of the city, better get back. Get back. Get back. Big steps, every little hater looking like a snake. Like a snake. Jaw wide, let it all fry. Turn them into ash. King of the fall line. Every time I snap, that's a new crack. I'm Godzilla when I breathe, that's a siren in the sky. Whole crowd freeze when they look into my eyes. You can build walls, I'ma treat them like glass. King of the fault line, every time I move, that's a world melt. Crawled out the trench, skin still drips out. Scars on my scales, whole life my fault now. Made for the quake and the chaos, heartbeat drum, make the ground break sounds. You play tough, I play tight. You chase clout, I chase lightning. You want throne, but your bones too light. I use stones like stones when I skip them in the night. Footprint, whole block outline, name ring out like a landline. You talk big, but your frame bite size. I trooped out, spit flames in your timeline. Godzilla in the middle of the city, better get back. Get back, get back, get back. Big steps, every little hater looking like a snack, like a snack, like a snack. Jaw wide, let it all fry. Turn them into ash. King of the fall line. Every time I snap, that's a new crash. I'm Godzilla when I breathe. That's a siren in the sky. Whole crowd freeze when they look into my eyes. You can build walls, I'ma treat them like glass. King of the fault line. Every time I move, there's a world map. Yeah. You wanna roar like this? Gotta live through the deep like this. Gotta see for the teeth like this. Whole life in the beast like this. Storm in my chest, I'm a walking reactor. Every step right a chapter. Ways in my wake, that's disaster. Still stand tall in the after that they drop bombs. I evolve on them. Turn scars into armor, then stomp on them. Whole seat part when I crawl from it. I don't run from the smoke, I drop from it. Who you call when the sky turn red? Name on the hills, carved in dread. But I learned to love that fear. Every scream I cheer, I build my bed. So I stomp for the kids who were called too much. Too loud, too big, too rough. If they say you a monster, good, go grow that tough. I'm Godzilla in the middle of the city, better get back. Get back, get back, get back. Big steps, every little hater looking like a snack. Like a snack, like a snack. Jaw wide, let it all fry. Turn them into ash. King of the fall line. Every time I snap, that's a new crash. I'm Godzilla when I breathe. That's a siren in the sky. Yeah. Whole crowd freeze when they look into my eyes. You can build walls, I'ma treat them like glass. King of the fault line. Every time I move, that's a world map. I ain't beefing with the demon, I confront the bitch. Every scar on my soul, yeah, I done it. Devil banging bass drum, working the drum kit. Mama praying in the pew, saying son quit. But I'm stitched from the cloth where you stand on shit. If I did dirt, then my word got my hands on it. Devil in my ear, selling dreams on a payment plan. Told me I could fly, but he hit the facts quicksand. Whole block worship what they can't own. Flexing face stones, renting fake thrones. I seen killers turn clown when the case closed. Talking about guys playing, they just hate growth. I wouldn't need deep gun tuck, heart froze. Spirit whisper, tell the truth for your soul. So had to kill the lie living in my own head. For the lie, put a mark on my forehead. The devil is a lie, I don't buy that. He talk big but he high, I don't like that. Put my life on the line for the right facts, rather down the truth than down the rat track. Devil is a lie, I won't side up. If it ain't real, then the deal getting dry. I still be straight in my eyes, I don't write cap. If my tongue saved and my backbone back there. I done broke bread with the crooked and the holy. Whistle in the trunk, speaking scripture through the song. Pastor shaking hands, but his eyes looking phony. Never wear cologne, smell rich, call your homie. Offer me a bag for my silence and my honor, trying to make me lie to my seed. But I'ma tell him about his mama, told him I'm a man. Not a product, not a comma, you can keep the chaos. I ain't chasing your drama, homie took a shortcut, and I ain't short-lived. Told the lie so long that it walked him. Trying to paint his past like a portrait, but the blood on his hands wrote the forfeit. I see snitches throw dirt on the dead name, crying in front of a headstone bearing his name. Talk loud, but they souls speak a dead slang. Got your lack of truth walk, you don't need game. The devil is a lie, I don't buy that. He talk big, but he hide. I don't like that. Put my life on the line for the right facts. Rather down on the truth than die in a rat trap. The devil is a lie, I won't side. If it ain't real, then the deal getting dry. Just look me straight in my eye. I don't write cap. If my tongue said to my backbone back there. And tell me play along, you can shine more. Kept a little one, the body count crime law. Say you ain't a whole city, make them one war. Would I rather be small than a big fraud? My little cousin looking up like I'm scripture. What I say turn his choices to a mixture. If I glamorize the page in my stories, he gon' chase bars, never take glory. So I'm talking about the nights I was dead broke, about the cold flows, about the stress smoke, about the friends in the ground who ain't get old, about the weight on my chest when I'm big cold. Truth cutter, but it came with slice through. Fear talk cute, but it bite you. My devil in the deal, read the fine print. I just sound with the light, let my life in. The devil is a lie, I don't buy that. He's so big, but he high. I don't like that. Put my life on the line for the right facts. Rather down the truth than die in the rat trap. The devil is a lie, I won't side up. If it ain't real, then the bill getting dry. Still me spread in my eyes. I don't write cat. If my tongue say it, then my backbone back there.
It don't work now.
You're getting pretty worked up. Yeah, you're in a huff. But I ain't gonna argue, because I know what's what. And you don't know nothing like a boat without a rudder. Every word that you're uttering is a bald-faced lie. Why you keep on talking? Please close your lips. Please read my lips. They say you're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid is showing. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid is showing, you big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. Your face is getting redder, like you're madder than hell. But your eyes are spinning like a bottle bottomless well. There's no water coming out of there, no wisdom either. And you're spouting all you know it all nonsense. Please close your lips. Please read my lips. They say, you're stupid, you're stupid. Your stupid is showing. You're stupid, you're stupid. Your stupid is showing, you big dummy. You're big dummy. You're big dummy. Close your lips and read my lips. They say, well, look at you again. You big dummy. Here you go again, baby. Opening up that big mouth. Acting like you know what you're talking about. But I can tell your brain is south. You got a lot of confidence and not much else to show. Talking real loud with nothing on your side. Boy, everybody knows you keep on strutting it like you got it all figured out. But the moment that you speak, well, there ain't no doubt. You're stupid is showing, you big dummy. How you thinking when you think you're smart, honey? Now, I don't wanna say you're an idiot, but you're wearing a dunce cap, and that's a fact. You're stupid is showing, you big dummy. You keep on going, but you don't know where you are, honey. You're stupid is showing, and it's showing pretty hard. Hey. Cover that up, yeah, cover that up. Well, I bet you think I'm dumb, honey. I think the same thing about you. How could you think you're right when you sound like that? Doing things I would never do. You trip over your own logic, then you call it being bold. Talking like a genius in a bargain bin super. That story's getting old. Ha! You keep on smiling like there ain't no crack in your plan. But I can see the mess before it hits the fan. You're stupid is showing, you big dummy. How you thinking when you think you're smart, honey? Now, I don't wanna say you're an idiot, but you're wearing a dunce cap, and that's a fact. You're stupid is showing, you big dummy. You keep on going, but you don't know where you are, honey. You're stupid is showing, and it's showing pretty hard. Oh but I can hear that sound. It's you're stupid coming out the seams. You ain't fooling anybody except maybe your dreams. Oh, you can clap real loud, you can point that finger too, but every little move you make just comes right back on you. Oh, you're stupid is showing, you big dummy. Hey, how you thinking when you think you're smart, honey? Now, I don't wanna say you're an idiot, but you're wearing a dunce cap, and that's a fact. You're stupid is showing, you big dummy. You keep on going, but you don't know where you are, honey. You're stupid is showing, and it's showing pretty hard. Yeah, your stupid is showing. Everybody knows. Hey, don't let it show.
And on that note, I'm out, y'all. Get you on the rebound. And we'll get Mike ass up on this panel next time. Let's see what we can dig into in the Queminator. Y'all be easy, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Peace.